Good afternoon, everyone. Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon.
Good
Madam,
afternoon.
good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. लास्ट क्लास जहाँ पढ़ाई किसी किसी पढ़ी आपण मैंने मिनती प्रियदर्शिनी
आगे मैडम
लास्ट क्लास जहाँ पढ़ाई पढ़ी
मैडम टिके से जो मो झेर मैरिज ये टिके बिजी अछि पढ़िनी मैडम सॉरी
ओके सौरभ कुमार सौरभ कुमार लास्ट क्लास थिले पढ़ी जहाँ पढ़ाई देवश्री बारिक देवश्री बारिक
यस मैम।
लास्ट क्लास जहाँ पढ़ाई पढ़ी सब
हाँ मैम पढ़ी।
पद्मजा महांती आप पढ़ी लास्ट क्लास जहाँ होता डिस्कसन
गुड आफ्टरनून मैम ना मु लास्ट क्लास रो नथिली मैडम
से पढ़ी लास्ट क्लास कौन पढ़ाई
हाँ मैडम मु जानी छी से फीवर ये सब डायरिया माने येटा पढ़ाई
प्रीवियस क्लास रे पढ़ाई लास्ट क्लास से पाठ नुह अमित सर आप
ओहो
पढ़ी आपण तो जॉइन करूछंती अधारु क्लास रो कुआडे गायब हो जाउछंती तापरे प्लीज अमित सर आपण क्लास तो जॉइन करूछंती अधारु कुआडे पुनी पढौछंती बोले अच्छा स्वरूपा पंडा मैडम आपण पढ़ी लास्ट क्लास से डिस्कशन होता स्वरूपा पंडा आर यू देयर
यस मैम यस मैम
हाँ मैडम पढ़ी पाठ
हाँ टिके टिके मैडम पढ़ी छी
गुड वेरी गुड टिके टिके एटलिस्ट
मैडम आज एक्चुअली बुक्स तो नहीं आपण जोटा पढ़ांती सेटा ही टिके मन रखिया कथा जो आज
मेटेरियल्स नथिले भी आपण जेहेतु क्लास अटेंड करूछंती एटलिस्ट
आज्ञा
ए जिनस गुडा टिके माइंड रे आपण पसी थिले जे
हाँ
भी
हाँ
मेटेरियल्स आसी जिवो आपण को टिके सुविधा हबो या कि
हाँ
पढिलाळो
हाँ
आपण बुझी परिबे एंड क्वेश्चन एटलिस्ट अटेंड करि परिबे एंड मुंडरे किछि रहइबो आपणकर हला
आज्ञा आज्ञा
बहुत
आज्ञा
पॉजिटिव
मैडम आज एक्चुअली बुक्स एबे जस्ट आसीला दीटा बुक ही आसी जो कि गोटे बुक रे यूनिट 1 टू 5 अछि जस्ट एबे आसीला मु खोली के देखुची क्लास जॉइन करली तो
अच्छा
सेति में फास्ट गोटे बुक रे अछि यूनिट 1 2 3 पुणी गोटे बुक अछि 17 टू 22
हाँ ठीक अच्छे आपणकर हाँ आपणकर तो जी क्लासेस कवर हो सब से भर ही आसुच्छी आपण एटलिस्ट माने मेटेरियल्स नथिला तो अलग कथा एबे जहाँ भी मेटेरियल्स पाइलिनी एंड प्रत्येक दिन जहाँ क्लास होची ताकू टिके आपण एनालाइज करके पढंतु हला
नहीं एतिकी बुक ना और पुणी आसीबो ना कोन सेटा पचार
आपण देखंतु केतरा यूनिट कोन आसी मु तो डिटेल्स जानि प्रथमे आपण एबे तो साइंस साइंस ला आपण फर्स्ट भितर को जानतु देन आमे जो क्लासेस नउछु सेटा को आपण कंपेयर करंतु आपण जानि पारे जदि नथिबो त पुणे आउथर आसीबो बुझी कोन देखंतु
ठीक
आपण
है
हला
ठीक है
ओके
मैडम थैंक यू
टुडे आई विल स्टार्ट द क्लास मितांजलि मैडम आपण लास्ट क्लास से थिले म्यूट हेचंती बोधे अनम्यूट करंतु सर यस
आज्ञा आज्ञा मैडम नमस्कार
नमस्कार मैडम नमस्कार लास्ट क्लास से थिले
आज्ञा आज्ञा थी
हाँ स्टार्ट करिबा हमें क्लास Today I will discuss about the presentation of the selected communication media. Okay.
हाँ मैडम कम्युनिकेशन मीडिया
Last class I already discussed it ना.
अच्छा को चैप्टर रो मैडम
presentation of the selected communication media. First one is the methods of presentation of the selected communication media. हम जो different types of communication media रही से इतना हमें को method of presentation कौन रही दरकार. First one is your lecturer method, and second one is your inquiry discovery method, and third one is your discussion decision making method, and fourth one is your group discussion, and fifth one is your through demonstration, and the last one is your role play. These all are the different types of methods of presentation of the communication media. First media is your lecturer media, second one is your inquiry discovery method, third one is your discussion decision making method, next one is your group discussion, demonstration, and the last one is your role play. And what is first I will discuss about the lecture method. What is the method of presentation of the selected communication media in this media? Now, lecturer method is the very prime method through which we have to we have to present our different things. First one is lecturer method. What is the lecturer method? Simply I lecture कहले हमें कौन बुझिबा? Lecture is the communication media, one media out of the all media. Lecturer method is the one media. तो हमें simply हमें lecture methods कहले हमें कौन बुझिबा?
मैडम ये आपण जेमते कहउचंती माने सेटा फेस टू फेस रे जोटा कहा जाय कम्युनिकेशन हुए दैट इज लेक्चर मेथड.
लेक्चर
स्टूडेंट टीचर मेथड. हां
हाँ लेक्चर मेथड रे हमें आउ माने हमें तो इनपुट ही हमें दबो बट आपण को एक्सट्रैक्ट करबा केते आसुची के किछि रिटर्न. लेक्चर मेथड रे हमें स्पेसिफिकली जुई भी हो आपण को लेक्चर दोना काहे कि सी तार ता एटा को सी आपण को दे देला बट आपण को आउटपुट रे कोन पाउचंदी आपण विशेष किछि रिसीव करला कि लेक्चरर
ना सेटा जानि हबने इन्वॉल्वमेंट केते कोन सेटा
बहुत कम लेक्चरर मेथड रे ओनली जी आपण को गाइड करला सी आपण को ता जिंसटा को सी आपण का कर रिप्रेजेंट करला बट आपण को कोन जदि भी सेशन सरीला हमें गोटे जिंस पचारछु जे आपण बुझी पारिले कि बुझी पारले जदि इफ यू आर हैविंग एनी काइंड्स ऑफ डाउट देन यू कैन आस्क मी एत कही अदर्स ताको छाडी कि ताओ बेसी इंटरेक्शन किछि रहउनी बोते लेक्चरर मेथड रे. एम आई राइट और रॉन्ग?
Yes ma'am.
That type of method we are using is called as the lecturer method, and lecture method is the one type. It is mainly used to stimulate the learner and to introduce the review and summarize a topic. That is called as the what? Lecturer method. In the lecturer method, this type of method we are using to stimulate the learner, okay, and to introduce a review and the summarize the whole the topic. And the major cues to remember while using the lecturer method are the mainly in the lecturer method create an informal atmosphere involving mainly the learners by questioning, asking for their opinion, ideas, etc., and related to the theme introduced mainly. And in this lecturer method mainly includes the visual during the lecturer also. Visual must be there, and during the talk observe your audience carefully to get the feedback also, and conclude the lecture with questions for learner involvement. Okay, this is your lecturer method. In the methods of the presentation of selected communication media, the next types of method is your group discussion. What do you mean by group discussion? जो communication media जो रही है हम तो group discussion is one type of media through which we will communicate our things to the in front of the audience or in front of the public. तो जो रही है हमारा group discussion. What do you mean by? Simply you tell me, because एबे बर्तमान मु जोटा भी आपण मानन को पढौची आगु को माने ए जो बाकी तक यूनिट ओडा आपण को रहिला ए सब थिरे आपण को निजे निजर आई को खर्च करके आपण लिखिया पड़ो एटा ऑलरेडी आपण सब जिंस जानि छथि कम्युनिकेशन मेथड मींस व्हाट डू मीन बाय कम्युनिकेशन मेथड वेरी सिंपल यू स्पीक इन योर लैंग्वेज नो प्रॉब्लम भाभी की जस्ट आंसर दियंतो व्हाट डू मीन बाय लेक्चरर मेथड सॉरी कम्युनिकेशन मेथड
कम्युनिकेशन माने माने कौन सी जिंस कोडा बुझा पड़ो
my question is that what do you mean by group discussion
ग्रुप माने जोटा कि एबे जोटा आपण जिंती इंटरेक्शन करूचंती कोडा बुझा पड़ुची कोडा नै सेटा आपण तो कहउछ तार तो अन्य मानक सहित भी किछटा डिस्कशन करबाटा कोडा जदी
when we are doing the group discussion at that time what is happening between the learners and the lecturer mainly those who are involved in the group discussion na they are become stimulated while I am asking some question na at that time you becomes very alert आपण आसु कि न आसु सी जदि गोटे धाडीटी कहले आपण ट्राई करछन आपण निजे सेल्फ स्टिमुलेट हे जाउछन्ते आपण गोटे लाइन भी जानिथिले मध्ये आ गोटे लाइन भी आपण भाबउछन्ते एंड चिंता करिक मध्ये आपण एक्सप्रेस करिया पे ट्राई करछन्ते दिस द ग्रुप डिस्कशन यस और नो
यस मैडम
एते मु जदि किछि पढे मु किछि आपण को साथ इंटरैक्ट करिबिनी एंड सिंपली आई विल से समथिंग एंड आई विल स्पीक समथिंग तो व्हाट विल हैपन आपण को इंटरेस्ट भी एते रहिबो कि आपण को
ना
Newton's third law each action is having the equal and opposite reaction yes or no
यस
तो एटलीस्ट आपण को इन्वॉल्वमेंट रहिले आपण को गोटे नै मैडम मझे टिके तो कोन पचारे दउछन हम टिके अलर्ट हेछि यस और नो
यस मैडम
Yes, ma'am.
हां कोन कहउछन्ती यस अरुंधति किछ कहउछन्ती
No, ma'am.
Okay. In the group discussion, mainly in this method is used to get the learner's input. Okay. Learner's input and mainly the learner stimulate. That means stimulate the individuals also. Individual thinking and provide fast manner of attracting the problem and to pull idea from the different individuals in a short period of time. It is called as the group discussion. And it is in the ideal for the problem solving and this group discussion method is very important very vital used to conduct an effective group discussion and that's the mainly it define the problem clearly to the group in the group discussion we have to clearly mention the problem first and if the group is very large na divide the large group in a very smaller groups one to facilitate the everyone's participate in the discussion also and in that group also you have to choose one chairperson or one monitor one head person okay and guide each groups to arrive at all possible solution also in this group discussion each and everybody having their own views also and analyze each solution in terms of its merits and demerits. If someone is saying something, na that sentence you should be what summarized and analyze each solution in terms of what is its merits and what is its demerits also. And let the chairman, that means that the chief person, report about the solution discussed also. Okay. And discuss and arrive at the most feasible and the flexible solution to the problem. Discussion means at the end of the discussion, some solution must be there. This is all about your what? Group discussion. Bujhiuchi na bujhiuni?
हाँ मैडम पूछिए.
Okay. Now I will give you one example for the group discussion. If in a group member we are discussing about the how we will how to combat the malnutrition in the children because we are studying about the food and nutrition and that's why I will giving this type of example only how to combat the malnutrition in the children. What is its main objective? The objective of this topic is that to help the learners identify the problem related to this malnutrition. That malnutrition may be overnutrition or undernutrition and to know the cure for and also the what is the prevention, how to prevent the malnutrition. This is its main objective. Understood?
हाँ मैडम.
And what is the process? how in this topic now, how we will make it in the group discussion manner. First one is how process. What is the process of this combat malnutrition in the children? First, prepare a chart of 3 food groups. Okay, and first one is your what? Your bodybuilding groups, and second one is your what? Energy giving foods. Third one is your what?
Protective.
Protective and regulatory. In the first, you have to divide the food groups in the 3 categories. First one is your energy giving food. Second one is your what? Bodybuilding. In the bodybuilding, you have to include the what? Include the proteins. Yes or no? बुझी होगी कि अपन मानव को?
हाँ madam.
Yes, ma'am.
And the last one you have to include the what? First one is energy giving, second one is your what? Bodybuilding, third one is your protective and regulatory. I already discussed about all these things. So in the protective and regulatory types of food, you have to include some vitamins, minerals, and all the what? Vitamins, minerals, fiber, and raw phase. Water is also there. This is all about your 3 categorization of your food. You have, for the management of your malnutrition, you have to 3 these categories of the food groups in your menu plan. And malnutrition one by one to the children, mainly different types of malnutrition one by one to the children, and ask them to identify what is the symptoms of the condition of the patient. Example, in the malnutrition, first one is your PEM. PEM is your what? Protein, energy, malnutrition. Yes or no? PEM is what? Protein, energy, malnutrition. Protein, energy, malnutrition. Example of protein, energy, malnutrition is your what? Marasmus.
Kwashiorkor and marasmus.
Marasmus. We already discussed about all these things. In the marasmus, now the protein, energy, malnutrition. The symptoms of the marasmus is what? First one is your. Tell me. You know everything. Why you are even silent?
Body looks as clean.
Yes. The patient becomes very face of the old man, means wrinkle formation on their face, and pot belly also is there. Hungry look. Okay. Sunken eyeballs, and that patient is looking very underweight and thin also. These all are the symptoms of your what? Marasmus. The other symptoms of this protein energy malnutrition is what? Angular stomatitis. What is angular stomatitis? Angular stomatitis means this is occurred due to the deficiency of vitamin B complex. Okay. If in the diet B complex group of vitamin will be deficiency, and that causes the angular stomatitis. In the angular stomatitis, mainly the skin dry and cracked also, and sores or cracks at the corners of the mouth. Corners of the mouth means at the end of the, that means these 2 regions is mainly affected by the angular stomatitis. This is the angular part. 2 corner of your, where both the lips, upper lips and lower lips will be joined with each other. This area and this area, these 2 area mainly affected by your angular stomatitis, and your in that case the mouth will be not open properly. That is called as your what? Angular stomatitis. The angular stomatitis is occurred due to the deficiency of your vitamin B complex. Bujhiala?
Madam.
Yes, ma'am.
And another PEM deficiency, the main symptoms of the PEM deficiency is your night blindness. In the night blindness, it is mainly occurred due to the deficiency of vitamin A. And after affected of the night blindness, the cornea becomes very dry and dull. If you will be look at the corneal part, what is cornea? You tell me.
Okay.
Which part of the eyes is called as the cornea? The whitish part. Okay.
Whitish part.
This one. You just open your eyes and look at the white color. Now that is your corneal part, and that corneal part, due to the deficiency of vitamin A, that corneal part is mainly affected, and that cornea becomes completely dry due to the deficiency of your what vitamin? Vitamin A. That is mainly we are got the vitamin A from the sources of the vitamin A. Tell me the sources of the vitamin A. Yes.
Ma'am, leafy vegetable.
All the greeny leafy
Mango,
vegetables.
mango, carrot.
Very good. Then other.
Ma'am, jaggery.
Yes, very good. All the greeny leafy vegetable, the outer covering which is looks like the orange, yellow color, red color, deep green color, it contains the vitamin A, and it also includes it contains
चुना माछ मैडम
yes, all
छोट
the
माछ
non. Puspanjali madam, what you are doing?
स्टैंडिंग बस रे मैडम स्टैंडिंग अछि
Okay, आपण के ये कर दियंतु.
आज्ञा
And the main symptoms of the night blindness is your cornea becomes dry and dull, and white of the eyes losses is seen, and begins to wrinkle also. And due to the effect of night blindness, they cannot see in the dark light. Okay, this is the symptoms of your night blindness. It's mainly occurred due to the deficiency of vitamin A. And the other example of your PM is your anemia. Anemia is occurred due to the deficiency of your what? Iron deficiency. Okay, iron deficiency. It's a very important question. You remember this, all this, what is anemia and how it is occurring, and what is the signs and symptoms of anemia. In each year, this question is very vital. Okay, and after the affected of this anemia, it mainly, what is the signs and symptoms of anemia? Mainly the pale gum. If you will be look at the gums now, the gums will be look like very pale in color, eyelids also pale, skin is also pale, and skin is becomes very transparent also. Shiny smooth tongue also, fingernails is also very pale, weakness and fatigue. And due to the effect of this anemia, swelling of the feet and face is very common, and your heart rate will be increases due to the less iron present in your body, and your shortness of the breath, your breathing pattern will be very shortened due to the effect of anemia, and feel like eating more dirt, etc. Those who are having the problem of the anemia, if people observe them, they will be like to eat all the dirty things, all the mud, and all other dirty things also. This is all about your anemia. And after this presentation, at the end of the all presentation, that means we are discussing about the what? We are discussing about the how we will be do a conductive group discussion. We are already started from the topic. Yeah, our topic was the malnutrition in the children, and the objective of that topic, what topic is what? To help the learners mainly identify the problems related to the what is malnutrition, how to know the cure, and for the prevention of your malnutrition, and what is the process, how we will be eradicate this malnutrition. I already discussed about the what is PM and the what is the signs and symptoms of PM, and how we have to overcome all these things. And finally, in the at the end of the all the presentation, first we have to make a solution. That means in the marasmus case, we have to give the eat energy rich foods in sufficient quantity. That means whatever the we are providing the patient, the patient must take the rich energy energy dense food. Okay, that means if while you are formulating the new menu, you have to include some energy giving foods, and you maybe include the ghee, butter, or healthy fats in the diet also, and you may include the rice, chapati, and where the patient will be get the more energy level. And for the management of your angular stomatitis, you have to suggest the patient to take the eat unpolished rice. Okay, because unpolished rice, it contains the richest sources of vitamin B complex is there, thiamine is there, riboflavin is there. After taking of thiamine, riboflavin, the angular stomatitis will be cured very easily. And not only this oncholysis is very helpful for the management of your angular stomatitis, along with that you can suggest the patient to take the fermented food, whole grains and the cereals product, because all the whole grains and cereal product, it contains the richest sources of vitamin B complex. And how to manage the anemia? For the management of your anemia, first we have to suggest the patient to take all the drumstick leaves and jaggery and non-vegetarian heme product iron, where the in each and every diet they have to include the non-vegetarian foods, and eat ragi and greeny leafy vegetables, seasonal and regional vegetable. Oranges is also very good sources of iron. Along with that, you have to suggest the patient to take the vitamin C rich diet in their food. And for the management of your night blindness, you have to suggest the patient regular basis. They have to consume the milk and dairy product. Along with the dairy product, you have to advise to take regular basis egg. Okay. And yellow and red color vegetables, fruits is also very good for the management of your vitamin A deficiency. And also you have to include some greeny leafy vegetable. This is all about your PEM, how you have to overcome the PEM. And if we are suffered by this PM, now what is the signs and symptoms, and what is the complication arises due to the effect of your protein energy malnutrition. Okay. And mainly in the village level, you have to suggest the patient to take the children's and diet necessary should mainly each and every children should take in their diet regular basis dairy product, fresh fruits and the pulses. Most you have to advise to take the pulses in their diet. Okay, because pulses it contains all the macro and micronutrient. Along with the macro and micronutrient, it also gives much amount of vitamins and minerals so is also there. And in their diet they have to include all the seasonal and regional vegetables, sugars and oil, cereals and the millets, dark greeny leafy vegetable and all the dairy product. This is all about your group discussion. How we have to conduct one group discussion, I already discussed about this. Bujhiala group discussion method kono, lecturer method kono, all of you clear about this?
Yes, madam.
Sanjay Sahu sir? ହଁ ଆପଣ ବୁଝିପାରୁଛନ୍ତି?
ଆଜ୍ଞା ମ୍ୟାଡାମ ବୁଝିପାରୁଛି।
Okay, okay. Now I will discuss about the another method of communication, that is your demonstration method. What is demonstration? Tell me, what do you mean by demonstration?
Anything that is
madam जोटा practically करके देखो demonstration
कौन कहले?
डेमो जोटा करके माने practically से जिंसटा को देखिबाटा
मैम को स्टेप बाय स्टेप शो करबाको डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन कहନ୍ତି।
Very good. बहुत बढ़िया. That is demonstration. ଆପଣ ସବୁବେଳେ ଏଇଭଳିଆ ଜିନିଷକୁ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଓନ୍ ଲାଙ୍ଗୁଏଜରେ ଲେଖିବା ପାଇଁ ଟ୍ରାଏ କରିବେ। ଏଇଟା କିଛି ବଡ଼ ଜିନିଷ ନାହିଁ, ଖାଲି ଜିନିଷଟା ବୁଝି ଯାଆନ୍ତୁ and you have to write in your language only. Okay, don't worry for this type of literature things. In the demonstration, mainly it is the one type of method used to show a process to do something step by step, so that the one can learn new skills and how to do something by oneself. Okay. And in demonstration process, each step of the demonstration is accompanied by the explanation of what is being done and how it will be done and why it will be done. This is all about your demonstration. In the demonstration, first you have to plan well and practice well also, and present a topic or a method that which meets the need of the learners, and yet at the same time is very simple enough to be clearly understood. And mainly in the demonstration process, you have to use the locally available materials and the equipments also. Okay, no need to depend upon the for the other foreign materials. Involve the learners in the preparation and the presentation also, and telling the learners in a advice about the demonstration, giving them a chance to be prepared enough to participate also. And in the demonstration, they can also be helped by bringing the needed materials from the home. Okay, give everyone a chance to practice and allow time for question and answer and following the actual demonstration. And how you have to guide for conducting an effective demonstration. While you are doing the demonstration, what is the guidelines for conducting an very good demonstration or an effective demonstration? First, what you have to do now. First, you have to choose the topic. Okay, and preparation of. I will choose one topic, and that topic is the preparation of the supplementary food or the winning food. And what is the objective of this winning food? Mainly to demonstrate a simple method of preparing a winning food. And this to provide mainly learners with a picture's recipe of winning food prepared during the demonstration. What is the time requirement for the preparation of your this winning food? It maybe takes 20 to 30 minutes. Okay. And what is the materials needed for the winning food? Mainly you have to use the paper and stencil of design for recipe also, fruits or some vegetable, and water is also very essential for the washing of the foods, soap, clean towels for the washing hands, and a knife, and also spoon for the mashing, clean serving bowl, and clean spoon for the tasting. This is all about your what is the materials used for the preparation of your winning food. And how you have to prepare. First, you have to for the preparation of this. Now, inform the learners in advance about the demonstration. First procedure method means for preparing a today. I will first prepare the papaya puree for what winning food. First, you have to advise the learners that explain to learners what the winning food is. Okay, what do you mean by this winning food? And which type you will be prepared, and what utensil mainly needed for the preparation of that winning food. And carefully first wash your hands with the soap and water, and caution the learners that is very important to wash the hands before touching the any foods. And wash the fruits under clean water, and ask the students why this is necessary. Peel all the fruits and cut it into the very small pieces, and mash the foods in a bowl with a spoon, and after that your winning food will be prepared. And practicing this method, first observe an actual demonstration or video cassettes or the screen, the presentation of a good demonstration, and make an effort to learn the skill in conducting the demonstration by observing the method repeatedly, and try to give a demonstration on any topic of your choice in that must be in the nutritional based to a group of learners. This is all about your what group discussion. And third practice is your role play. Role play means what?
Role play ଗୋଟେ କୌଣସି ନେଇକି ସେଇ ବିଷୟରେ ଗୋଟେ acting through acting କରିକି କହିବା that is role play ମାନେ communication ଟା
very good बहुत बढ़िया एटा होटे role play होचे spontaneous dramatization which is not the rehearsal, and sentences are mainly composed on the spot only, that is the role play. It is an actively where the people act out real life situation also. And what is the purpose of this role play, and for which role play can be mainly used? Okay. And the role play can be used to develop the mainly the social awareness and practical skill also, and social skill. For this purpose only and technical skills. For all this purpose we are using the role play method. Okay, for the social awareness and for the practical skills and technical skills also, and social skills. And what is the important cues to remember to facilitate the role play? Mainly describe the character and roles. Okay, and select the role play participant also, and give a few minutes to set stage and discuss the role. Encourage the participant to feel free and act the role of the person they wish to portray, and have a very good discussion, healthy discussion. And now I will discuss about the guidelines for conducting a role play related to the what? Vitamin A deficiency. Due to the vitamin A deficiency, very common problem, that is the night blindness. What is the objective of this night blindness? Mainly to help the learners identify the symptoms of the night blindness. And it takes time only 20 to 30 minutes. Roles character. First, you take first two child. One is having the problem of the night blindness, and other is the normal condition, and play the role of the siblings. And in this, now you have to record the health worker, mother, father, and for this the materials required. Mainly lamp is one required, and chair is required, and table is required. And in the presentation, you have to do the first bounce into the chair and tables when the lamp is turned up. Runs the parents to explain the event, and parents object the child with the lamp on and off also. They sense a problem and go together to the health workers who identify the problem first and explain what night blindness is and how to prevent this night blindness. Okay. And another method is your discussion decision method. What is discussion decision making method? Yes.
The discussion.
I already discussed about the discussion method. And decision means what? Discussion means stimulate the learners. Stimulate the whom? Stimulate the learners. And decision means motivate the learners. Okay. Decision means it is the aim to stimulate and motivate the learners to change their undesirable attitude and the behavior. This is your discussion decision method. First is the main goal of this discussion decision method is to stimulate and mainly motivate the learners. Okay, to change their what? Undesirable attitude and the behavior. And the essential cues to consider while using the discussion decision methods are mainly create an informal atmosphere between the whom? Between the learners and what? And the kids.
Topic विषय
जी तमरो lecturer थिबो. And create an informal atmosphere by involving the learners and learners in the discussing about the whatever you choose the topic, and allows the learners to think on their own way. Okay, and don't suggest the solution. Let the learner herself or himself decide on the feasible solution. What is the solution for that problem? This is all about your discussion and decision methods. And what is the guidelines to effective a presentation of discussion decision method? First, select a group of mother and who are need of nutrition and health education. Arrange a few cells, means the facilitator discussing and recognize the nutritional problem of the selected groups, and mainly organic, and that a few scenes identify the feasible solution to recognize feasible solution to be recognized problems, and arrange a sense also. Finally, a concluding scene. Concluding scenes means you have to motivate the groups and particularly the key women to practice the solution choosing. Okay. This is all about your discussion decision method. And the next method is your inquiry discovery method. What is inquiry discovery method? Inquiry means what? In this, the main aim of this inquiry and discovery method means to provide the opportunity for the learners to learn by their own act. and observation. Okay, mainly provides the opportunity for the learners to learn by their own act and observation, and it is a behavior change oriented method. This inquiry discovery method is inquiry kariba or discovery kariba new things. So it's a very behavior change oriented method, and some clues for conducting the inquiry discovery methods effectively. Mainly it includes the correct inquiry is to be made to identify the problem of the target group. First you have to means correct and do the correct inquiry is to be made to identify the chief problems of the target group, and the instructor must be highly skilled to create a favorable environment for the learners to think also. It's also very vital. Who is the instructor now must be a very highly skilled to create a favorable environment for the learners to think, and instructor must act as a constant guide at every stage to the learners. This is all about your inquiry discovery method. And in this method mainly select a guidelines to conduct the inquiry discovery method. The first guidelines is first you have to select a group of mothers, and that mothers who need the health education and the nutrition, and arrange the few sense means instructor making an inquiry of the nutritional and the health problem of the that selected by that target group. After that you have to organize a few scenes and discover the possible and the appropriate solution for the identifying problem also, and finally enact a final scene showing the practice of the accepted solution by the learners, and mainly field support provided by you mainly by the instructor. This is all about your decision and discussion decision method. Now I will discuss about the planning and preparation of script for the software. How we will be plan out and prepare a script for the software. First you have to if in the educational communication through the mass media needs to be effective. Involvement of concerned educator is very vital. Okay. If in the educational communication through the mass media needs to be very effective, and involvement of the concerned educator is very essential, and the role of the community educator is designing and developing the software for radio and television has been recognized. Okay, and in the radio case first there is a need to educate ourselves with certain attribute of the good educational radio and by the TV program also. In the radio throughout the world educational radio program have becomes very popular. Nowadays it's very popular, and in certain countries it has worked wonders also. सुनिचंती ना रेडियो रे बहुत सारा बहुत भलो भलो एजुकेशन रिलेटेड हो कि हेल्थ रिलेटेड हो प्रोग्राम गुडा को आसे ने सुनी नाहंती कि
बेसिभाग DD1 रे आसे गवर्नमेंट प्रोग्राम
आ कोठी आसे नी
आसे मैडम मोस्टली गवर्नमेंट प्रोग्राम रे उडा बहुत आसे एजुकेशनल प्रोग्राम
ओनली एजुकेशनल प्रोग्राम हेल्थ रिलेटेड किछि आसे नी
आसे मैडम से कथा कहूची DD1 रे उडा बेस्ट आसे
करके आसे गोटे मिनिट 2 मिनिट
आसे
अमित सर अछंती सेठी अमित सर आर यू देयर
आज्ञा मैडम
किछि आसे DD1 हां
अरे DD1 तो आसे एबे तो बहुत सारा टेलीविजन प्रोग्राम उडा भी होउची तो सेठी भी आसे अवेयरनेस प्रोग्राम उडा
फैलेरिया टंकी मलेरिया टंकी भी आसी
हां न्यूट्रिशन एंड एजुकेशन आसे ना स्पेसिफिकली
आज्ञा न्यूट्रिशन एजुकेशन
कौन कहले
न्यूज़ टाइम रे मेल नहीं देखिया जाओ
हाँ स्पेसिफिकली DD1 रे भी आसे ता सहित आपणकर रेडियो प्रोग्राम रे मध्य बहुत भल भल एजुकेशन रिलेटेड एंड हेल्थ रिलेटेड मध्य बहुत सारा प्रोग्राम आजिकली रेगुलर इंटरवल रे भी आसे एमती नुहे जे आसेनी बिकॉज कौन पे सेहित अधिक प्रमो करंती व्हाई इट इज रिक्वायर्ड
मैम कौन आउ थरे
national channel madam.
हाँ मैडम
बेसिकली एटा अवेयरनेस क्रिएट करिया पई एटा करा जाए जे लोक सचेतन पई बहुत सारा प्रोग्राम रे एटा को अरेंज करा जाए गवर्नमेंट अरेंज करे
हाँ गवर्नमेंट अरेंज करे जे बट काहे कि गवर्नमेंट चैनल माने करे एवडा को अधिक प्रमो करा जाए एजुकेशन एंड न्यूट्रिशन
मैक्सिमम लोग ए चैनल को ही अफोर्ड करते जहाँ टेलीविजन भी थाए कि रेडियो थाए मैक्सिमम लोग अगर एडा थाए
हाँ
Madam एटा गवर्नमेंट प्रोग्राम ना
चैनल एटा को पेड रहे सेति पई लोक अफोर्ड करि पारंदिनी तो एटा फ्री चैनल जे तो आसे समस्त पारे अवेलेबल ही पारे अवेलेबिलिटी जो को एटा
निहाती गवर्नमेंट रो जो प्रचेष्टा थाए एजुकेशन एंड न्यूट्रिशन को प्रत्येक जगह रे पहुंचीबा प्रत्येक पेरिफेरी रे पहुंचीबा एटा ही थ्रू रेडियो हो किबा थ्रू टेलीविजन हो ता माध्यम रे जिते बळे गोटे जिंस पब्लिक पाखरे पहुंची पारिबो तो प्रत्येक लोक जेमति से जिंस को माने बेनिफिट नहीं पारिबे तो सही लेवल पर्यंत पहुंचीबा पई आपण देखिबे आजि काली मध्य दूरदर्शन केंद्र भुवनेश्वर को समस्त ही देखते गाँ गहली रे अनुकोण रे एवं रेडियो को मध्य बहुत लोक अछिन जो माने रेडियो ऊपर डिपेंडेंट आज मध्य रेडियो रे सुनबा को प्रोग्राम उडा को बहुत भल पाते तो सेठ पे निहात रूपे आपनकर ए जो जिंसटा जहां भी नुआ जिंस आसुची रिलेटेड टू न्यूट्रिशन तो निहात रूपे मते लागे जे दूरदर्शन केंद्र हो किबा आपनकर रेडियो रे सब जिंस ए सब जिंसटा को प्रमो करा जाय बजे जे लोक मानक भीतर सचेतनता गोटे क्रिएट करा जाय देखछन्ते
हाँ मैडम का ये जो कैंसर डे गला काली माराथन करी ता ऊपर सब जो अवेयरनेस गुडा देले डॉक्टर आसले कहले तो सेई थ्रू जाने परिबो
एवं सेइथरे गोटे बोधे मु मध्य रेगुलर बेसिस रे आपनकर दूरदर्शन केंद्र को किबा ऑल इंडिया रेडियो रे आपनकर न्यूट्रिशन रिलेटेड बहुत सारा ये टॉपिक रे लाइव प्रोग्राम रे मु थाए हैला
तपस्विनी मैडम कर गोटे आस्तिला मैडम ओ टीवी रे देखितिली सेटा आपनकर देखिनी मैडम आगुरु को केतबेले मैडम आपनकर केतबेले आसुची टिके हम कहि दउ नांते हम देखितु
आपण मो ये लिंक रे असले आपण नै जिबे माने बहुत सारा मोर अछि न्यूट्रिशन रिलेटेड आपण देखि परिबे चाहे हैला
ओके ओके मैडम
तो रेडियो होची गोटे ना गोटे बेस्ट मीडिया माने मेथड जोथरे कि प्लानिंग एंड प्रिपरेशन ऑफ द स्क्रिप्ट फॉर द सॉफ्टवेयर रेडियो इज द वेरी गुड मेथड and throughout the world education radio programs have become very popular and certain countries it has worked very wonderfully also education broadcasting has been used to enrichment the purpose for the non formal education for open school and open university also system okay and that used to develop a very good radio program mainly it includes the since sound is the only means it has to be support with the posters slides and discussion etc and listening skill can be improved by the adopting the attention drawing and interest sustaining the techniques also and suitable scripts should be developed by the generating interest and the curiosity throughout and script are also very properly handled by the producer in producing the programs and and how the what is the techniques to improve the radio listening behavior among the community first you have to analyze the radio listening behavior okay if the target audience do not have the habit of listening to the nutrition and the health education program now find out the reason and they try to advise accordingly okay and next one is you have to help them to be aware of the kind and the timing of the all the nutrition related program and the health education related program. Try to listen to the All India Radio program along with the selected groups also, audience also, 3 to 4 times, and help them to get the message and discuss the what is the advantages of the same, and announce about the importance of All India Radio program to be broadcasted, and conduct a discussion on the same topic, and quoting the idea broadcasted. And guidelines to mainly radio script writing and writing to the head. Mainly script must be written in the right language for the listener. It's very vital. Okay, whatever you are write the script, that is very vital, because script must be written in the proper language for the listener, and it must be writer by taking into the account the listener background also, which type of listeners they are belongs to, in which groups also, education and the interest also. Because आपण जेतेबेले जहाँ कहतु इन एनी फोरम रे, बिकॉज आपण एबे एथरे अछंती गोटे बहुत भलो साइंस को आपण चूज करचंती, फूड एंड न्यूट्रिशनल साइंस, एंड एटा मु कहबी कहा को नाही जोटा के आज का डेट रे आवश्यक नाही, आपण आज एटा पढुचंती, एंड इन फ्यूचर आपण केते रियलाइज करिवे जे केते बड़ भलो साइंस कोटे आपण अडॉप्ट माने एक्सेप्ट करिचंती। तो एमडी এই যে न्यूट्रिशनल साइंस रे आपण जहां भी आपण मने करो काली सकाळे होय तो काली कोटे कोटे रेडियो रे जाई टॉक देले कि कोटे टेलीविजन रे बसी के जाई टॉक देले, तो आपण को फास्ट मोटो रहइबो, आपण जहां भी डिलीवर करूचंती, जहां भी आपण कहूचंती, आपण का ऑडियंस किए अछंती, आपण मु कोनी खाली ऑल इंडिया रेडियो रे कहले या आपण टेलीविजन रे कहले, तो सेठी आपण को डिफरेंट कैटेगरीज रो माने ये पाई परिबे, कोन ऑडियंस पाई परिबे। तो सेठी आपण जहां कहले भी चलेबो, केमि पब्लिक फोरम को गोटे जाउछंती, गोटे गोटे कोठोटे कुछ गोटे प्रोग्राम हेछि, एंड आपण को से माने इनवाइट करछंती एज ए गेस्ट स्पीकर करके रिलेटेड टू न्यूट्रिशन, एंड एटा वेरी कॉमन आज कल का डेट रे सब न्यूट्रिशन माने जो माने भलो एक्सपर्ट माने को समस्त सब बेले ही माने इनवाइट करते, तो सेठी आपण को मेन मोटो रहइबो जो फोरम को जानतो, फर्स्ट यू हैव टू लुक एट द ऑडियंस, फर्स्ट यू लुक एट द लर्नर्स, से माने आपनकर को कैटेगरीज रे बिलोंग्स करंती, अकॉर्डिंगली यू हैव टू चूज दैट टॉपिक, एंड अकॉर्डिंगली यू हैव टू डिलीवर योर व्हाट जहां भी आपण डिलीवर करिवे सेही भलिया, बिकॉज़ आपनकर सेते बेले को फ्रूटफुल हे परिबो जहां आपण कहउचंती, जति से माने समस्त तन काम रे नेकी लगै परचंती, एवं आपण को एक्सेप्ट करि परचंती, आपण जा कहउचंती सेटा बुझी पारुचंती। एम आई राइट और रॉन्ग?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
आमे तो जहां तो पढुचन तो ताकू तो कोनी प्रैक्टिकली कहले को काम रे तो कोनी लागिबो ना लागिबोनी ना, खाली एमटी पढी की बही बंद करी के बसबे, खाली एमटी नुह जे आपु नै खाली पाठ पढी देबे एंड मार्क माने परीक्षा रे मार्क सिक्योर करबे। एटा आपण दिने ना दिने मने पकबे मैडम कोन कहउथिले एटा केते प्रैक्टिकल बोली, आपण को मैं आज भी कहूँ तो दूरदर्शन केंद्र जाए, एंड रेगुलर बेसिस रे मोर दूरदर्शन रे जो ग्रुप डिस्कशन थाए ना सेतरे माने थाए मोर, एंड ऑल इंडिया रेडियो रे मते सब बेले गोटे जिंस को मते फोकस करिया पे कहते मैडम आपण जिते पारिबे ओडिया रे ही कहतु, इंग्लिश गोटे लाइन भी यूज करत नै, कोन पे बिकॉज़ आपण को जेमती जणे आपण को भीतर कहले गली कंदी अंदी संदी रे समस्त ओडिया ही बसे बुझी परिबे, जो माने रूरल रे रहउचंती किबा जे तमे ओडिसा रे बिलोंग्स करूचंती। Am I right or wrong?
Right, ma'am.
हाँ मैडम।
And you have to mainly whatever guidelines for the radio script writing or writing to the head. Now, first you have to script must be written in the very right language for the listeners, and it must be written by taking into the account the listeners' background, what background there belongs, and their education, and you have to also check their interest level also. And writer must think about the structure and the vocabulary carefully, and the word used are not read by the listeners, they are listened to, so the word must appeal to the ear and but not to the eye. Okay, and writing for the ear is quite different from the writing for the eyes. Too many facts and figures cannot be given. It must be developed logically. There is a need to repeat, expand, and reinforce. And the language must be simple and informal, particularly for the non-formal audience. And the listener attention must be held using the spoken language only. Okay, otherwise he switch up mentally. आपण जहाँ कहबे से ऊपर ऊपर ही फ्लो होई की पड़ेगा. And the writer must take the listeners to be his personal friends. He must talk to the listeners and not at him also. And here is mind all the tones of the voice that will communicate the script and visualize the listeners also. Okay, and read the script aloud to himself and ask, what do I should like and what do I mean? Okay, this is the writing of script free from all errors, and thematic as well as the linguistic is very important for success of the job. It is also both desirable as well as practicable to train the learners to write the script for the educational radio. And what is the television is also one type of other media and communication media. Education television mean generally denotes the any television used for the education of the community. Okay, and mainly television gives a visual image of the message and uses a language that trans all the barrier of natural speech. Script is one of the factors responsible for success or failure of the television. Script writing is very important. बुझी होची मु कोन कहूची आपण मानको.
हां मैडम.
सबुठ बड़ जिनस हला जेतेबेले रेडियो रे कहउचंती हमें दैट इज वेरी 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 इंपोर्टेंट बिकॉज़ देखंतु जेतेबेले हमें टेलीविजन में किछि जिनस हमें लोकन को अलर्ट करेले या एजुकेट करेले या अवेयर करेले लोक जेतेबेले गोटे जिनस न बुझी पारिला सुनी कि एटलीस्ट से वीडियो रे देखि कि विजुअली देखि कि तार किछि तार डाउट क्लियर हे जिवो. बट इन रेडियो कोन हुए रेडियो रे there is no chance of video is there. Only upon jaha kahi audio, through audio they will be listen. That's so whatever you are said na, that must be very clarity must be there, and you have to explain very nicely. जोटा भी आपण कहंतु ना काहेकि बुझी परछन मु कोन कहया पे चाहूची. बट इन टेलीविजन रे आपण दीटा गोटे जदी आपनकर कमी रहि छिबो जदी मते किछि क्वेश्चन पचारचंती गोटे फोरम रे, and if I will not explain it properly, then visually they will be make up करि परिबे से माने बुझी पाले. बट रेडियो रे वंस जदी आपण किछि कहले देन सेटा जदी आपनकर क्लैरिटी रहलेनी लोक न बुझी पाल तार किछि माने ही नै आपण कहिबा. All of you understood what I want to say?
Yes ma'am.
Okay, and mainly this television itself the capable of the creating the interest and motivation in both adults and the children in related to the topics. Okay, and it is also in the through the television it also facilitate the training of the teachers through the observation of the good teachers in action, and imitates various aspects of teaching and the teaching skills also. In the television also, an exploratory study conducted by the Ministry of Education in collaboration with the educational technology cells, that means Odisha and Doordarshan Kendra, Cuttack, suggested the following recommendation from the production and the utilization points of view. First, a team of producer, educationist, instructor and learners is essential for planning, production and use of educational TV programs. And the working groups should criticize the approaches for the commonality of interest and needs of the group and develop the objective for the television, and select the appropriate areas for the use of the television. And learners are more receptive and better responsive also to the educational TV program than to the instructor lecturer. And what is the guidelines for writing the TV script? कौन guidelines रहबा दरकार कोन आपण माने जानि छथि समस्ते जो स्क्रिप्ट हमें लिखिबा for the education, for the nutrition purpose, for the health education, तो कौन से स्क्रिप्ट केमती हितबा दरकार.
स्क्रिप्ट माने बुझी होतबो सिंपल लैंग्वेज रे हेतिबो समस्त जेमिति बुझी परिबे.
Very good, that script must be very simple and personal and a very direct form. It must be written with a full knowledge and involvement for the program visually, and the presenter style and the personality should be taken into account. Okay, it must stress and recapitulate its silent points also, and it should involve and address the audience directly. Okay, and it should not attempt to say too much in the time available, and it should suggest the suitable visual sounds effect along with the commentary also, and it should ends with a very simple resume of the program's main point, possible with a different visual presentation. And the TV script writer must be in the position to visualize the sequence of the program and modify his draft repeatedly to suit the audience and put across his idea clearly and meaningfully also. Okay? And he should keep in the mind the objective and the its profile content, etc. On one hand, and the limitation of the time, space, resource of the studio and personal on the others. The TV script writer should therefore be skillful, creative, imaginative, and resourceful. And what is the techniques to improve the TV viewing behavior among the community? What is the technique? First, make sure that the TV is available in the community center. Okay, and make inquiry of all the TV educational program related to the nutrition and health also. Is there any problem?
No, madam, buchhoch.
हाँ मैम बुझे
Okay, and help the learners. Those who are the learners, now help the learners to be aware of those programs and inform them about the programs a day before. যদি কালি মোর অমক প্রোগ্রাম আসিবার ଅଛି କି 5ଟା ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମ ଅଛି ତ ଆମେ ଗ୍ରୁପରେ ତାକୁ ଡିସ୍କସନ କରିକି ତାକୁ ଆମ ଜିନିଷଟାକୁ ଟ୍ରାନ୍ସମିଟ କରିବା ନିହାତି ଦରକାର, and initially try to see the relevant and the important educational program along with the selected audience and clarify the message to them also, and motivate the learners to practice the idea presented. Okay, and what is the how to write the educational script for television? जदि हमें गोटे educational script लिखिबा television पे केमति कोन prepare करिबा, how to prepare? Guidelines is there na. First you have to observe carefully a few good programs related to the health in the television. Understood? First you observe carefully a few good programs related to the health in the television. For instance, short television films of immunization of the children by the UNICEF, right age for the girls, marriage, etc. And see the television films mentioned again and again, and knows the content, language, and presentation style also. And make an attempt to prepare an innovative TV script for another topic in nutrition or the health for the selected audience, and modify the same, keeping the profile of audience in view also. This is all about your how to write the script for the television. And mainly this education involves the transfer of knowledge, skills, attitude, and the information and interest from the source, the instructor, to the receiver, that means learners. This is the education. Until recently, this communication process depended mainly on information centered method, and that information centered method, now the emphasis is on the behavior centered techniques also, in order to achieve a maximum practice of idea communication. But the skill is using the methods is essential on the part of the instructor in any sphere of the education. And the development in the communication media has placed the mass media at our disposal to transport the knowledge and the skills more effectively to a large group or multiple points irrespective of the distance also. Attention is being drawn mainly to two potential media, radio and the television. And these two media will help the instructor in enriching and supplementing the learning experience by making his instruction more effective and meaningful. Hence, conscious effort must be made by every instructor to maximize the utilization of these powerful media for non-formal education. Communication method, I already discussed about all the what is the communication method. Now I will discuss about the non-machine media planning and its preparation. What do you mean by non-machine media planning and its preparation? Non-machine media means what? One is the non-machine media and another one is your machine media. So in this chapter, I will discuss about the classification of the teaching aids. What is the main classification of the different types of teaching aids, and role of the teaching aids, planning for the non-machine operated device, and principle of the preparation of the media, cues for making the effective teaching aids, and cues for the effective presentation, evaluation of the media. And these all are the teaching aids. Okay. In teaching aids, you have to first classification of the teaching aids, and what is the role of teaching aids, and what is the planning for non-mechanic operated device, and principles of preparation of the media also, cures for making the effective teaching aids, and cures for the effective presentation, evaluation of the media also. And non-machine media means in this media you have to not use any kind of machine. That is the mainly different types of posters we are using for the education of the nutrition, and chart is also there, flashcards is there, funnel graphs is also there, and pictures is also there. Different types of models we are also using for the what? For the planning and preparation of different, or for the education of different nutrition related things. What is teaching aids? Teaching aids कहले हम कौन बुझिबा? Yes, tell me what do you mean by teaching aids? बहुत जन एथे टीचर भी अछंती. जानि छंती समझ जानि छंती कोन
tools are helpful for teaching. The tools.
Very good. बहुत बढ़िया. Teaching aids means mainly the materials mainly used to reinforce the spoken words in the teaching, and which contribute to the better learning by the learners, and can be termed as that is the teaching aids. And in this context, mainly in order to effective nutrition and the health teaching learning must be behavior specific, practical, and applicable to the real life. Teaching aids can be used to encourage both teachers and the students to take an mainly active part in making the nutrition education interesting, fun, and exciting. And these teaching arts can provide the opportunities for the teachers to use the imagination and creativity to help the students, learners, the skills they need to improve the nutrition and health among themselves, their families, and for the community also. And making and using these teaching aids, now one can help the learners to observe, explore, and mainly understand the nutrition concept and encourage in applying these to their everyday lives. Okay, and this is the first step in teaching is to attract and hold the attention of the people. Okay, what is the classification of the teaching aids? The main classification of the teaching aids is mainly divided into two types. One is the what? Non-machine operated, and the second one is your machine operated medial device. Okay, the classification of the teaching aids which are using for the educational media or teaching aids can be mainly broadly categorized into two types. One is your what? Non-machine operated and machine operated media. Mainly in the non-machine operated media, the education media which do not require a machine to operate are designated as the non-machine operated media. In non-machine operated media, you have the educational media which do not require a machine, that is called as the non-machine operated media. Example, in this case now we will be use any kind of pictures ho, chart ho, poster ho, flash ho, cards ho, planners ho, kima models we will be used in the non-machine operated media. But in the media which requires the machine to operate and are designated to machine operated media. The media which requires mainly the machine to operate are designated as the machine operated media. And there are the what? Film projector, tape recorder, radio, television, etc. They are what? Tape recorder. We are using projector, television, and radio. And it is very familiar to the each family. And that non-machine operated devices are again divided into two types, mainly on the mode of preparation. First one is the commercial available material, and the second one is your teacher learners made materials. Okay, these non-machine operated device media are again divided into two types. One is the commercial available material, and the other one is your teacher learner made material. बुझी होची?
Yes, ma'am.
ଆଜ୍ଞା 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 madam।
पोटेंसी पूरा कमी गला ना
Yes, ma'am.
चाहा कॉफी कोन दरकार बोदे पठेबा
ନାଇଁ ନାଇଁ
आउ बोधे निद आसी गलानी समस्त को
ना ना okay
ସମସ୍ତେ ଏକ୍ସାଇଟେଡ ଅଛନ୍ତି।
एबे जदि किछि डिजीज विषय डिस्कशन करिबा ताले पूरा अलर्ट हिजो हां
नहीं
एबे
ठीक
जदि मो किछि डिजीज विषय माने डिस्कशन करिबा ताले समस्त अलर्ट हे जिवे एम आई राइट और रॉन्ग
Yes, yes।
नहीं दीदी
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
एइत्रे भी पोटेंसी कमी जछ ताले मो कोथरे आपन को एनर्जाइज माने करिबि मु तो बुझी पारुनी ताले
नहीं ये ठीक है कौन
ठीक
ठीक है
non-machine operated device media ko again it is divided into two types. One is the commercial available materials method, and another one is your teachers learners made materials. Okay, and these non-machine operated device mainly it is two types. In the commercial available materials na it is available materials of the non-machine type are mainly produced within and stayed in the local language. In the preparation of such materials, the participation requires is that of one or two teachers of any trade, artist or commercial peoples, but not necessarily the classroom teachers or the learners. And the utilization or possibility of such and the utilization possibility of such commercially prepared materials can be reasonably widespread over the state also, and they are of low cost in case of the simple poster and medium cost in case of the simple chart or models also. This is the commercial available materials. And in the teachers learners made materials, mainly the materials which is planned and prepared by the teachers and the learners, that is called the teachers learners made materials. And for this the classroom purpose is termed as the teacher learner made materials. And the teachers decide what is to be given in the chart or the made, and he also tests the materials by teaching with the help of the aids also. Okay, and the example of such materials are the poster, flash, cards, bulletin board, and the pictures. And now I will discuss about the role of teaching aids. What is the role of teaching aids? teaching aids role कौन हो किए कही परिबे? It's very easy. Why we are using the role of teaching aids?
मैडम एड्स यूज करके आम टीचिंग नेले आमर सब जिनस भलरे मन रहबो काहे कि ना ताको आमर आई टचटा हबो सेटा ही ओटे मेजर जिनस
Very good. बहुत बढ़िया. By using the roles of teaching aids, na, the instruction is to make learning real, है ना, practical, and fun through seeing, hearing, discovering, and doing also. Teaching aids mainly which encourages the learners to experience things for themselves through observing, exploring, understanding, and applying make learning more meaningful, useful, and adventurous. They are really bring classroom learning to life also. It's very the role of teaching aids where by using all these things, na, the role of teaching aids, the instruction is to make the learning real, and that is practical and fun through seeing, hearing, discovering, and doing. And these teaching aids which encourage the learners to experience things for themselves through observing, exploring, understanding, and applying. Make learning more meaningful, useful. Now I will discuss about the planning of the non-machine operated device. In the planning of the non-machine operated device in general, most of the following characteristics. First one is the please, in this method, this non-machine operated device machine, please the senses and be accurate also and be understandable, convey up to the data ideas also, and be very simple in the design and fascinate, intrigue, and stimulate the action. That means if you plan aids keeping the above mentioned tips use in mind, the impact can be very effective. And such planning increases the chance of for the success and reduces the chance of failure in the use of the aids. What is the principle of the preparation of the media? There are mainly three types of principle. One is after selecting the aids, now you must consider the following APC principle. After selecting the aids, first one is your attractiveness, second one is the brevity, and third one is your Cures for making the effective teaching arts. And what is attractiveness? Attractiveness means कौन जो aids हमें prepare करे से कौन रही थी हम तो attractiveness बोले कहेगा.
Ma'am, color, size, movement, attractive sir.
Very good. Mainly the aids we are using should be very attractively presented, and the attention mainly gathers all the size and the object which you are using, the movements and the colors. Size is also very important because anything large related to the surrounding and sharpness, simple, symmetric, and irregular, all these aspects are very important. And brevity means what? Now the basis should be very brief. Whatever you want to say with the audience or in front of the learners, now the message should be very brief and clear. Clarity must be there and readable in a very short time. Clarity means message and ideas should be very clear. The layout should be surrounded with the sufficient space for words and the illustration also. And this is your after consideration the above principle and the following steps is very important. Decide on the actual message to be delivered and select the most suitable design out of the several rough draft for the aids also. And what is used for making the effective teaching aids? A is already attractive, B is the brevity, and the C is for the cues for the making the effective teaching aids. That means read the cues given below. They are mainly handy tips to remember while preparing the teaching aids. make your own teaching aids using the low cost local materials. You have to choose the very local materials, and that must be very low cost and use and built in skill learners already have. And try not to make the aids for the learners, but rather involves them in making. What is the cues for effective presentation? Cues for effective presentation कौन? What do you mean by effective presentation? Already तो अपन मैंने कोटी कोटी बहुत जगह रे काम करचुंते, and एवढा day to day life we are using all these methods. Very simple. कौन तो? Cues for effective presentation. Before starting the presentation, has to arrange the area properly. Okay.
Yes, madam.
After that, arrange the prepared aids assuring good visibility also, and test all the aids to be used. Whatever you are prepared now, you have to use that must. And rehearse the presentation including the narration, and includes the topic to the learners. And finally, adjust the speed of the deliver depending on the rate of audience understanding. एमती नुह जे आपण खाली गाइले कि जाउतु and लोक बुझी पार नथि. You have to adjust yourself the speeds of the deliver and the time you whatever you are provided, and the depending on the rate of audience understanding. Keep the narration simply to the point and very brief also. Summarize the message showing visuals in sequence. And what is the evaluation of media? Evaluation is in the very integral part of any teaching learning process. Evaluation is the, all of you know that evaluation means it is the what? Integral part. And one must plan for the evaluation in advance. Okay. Certain direct and indirect points are to be kept in view to plan evaluation for the assessing the effectiveness of teaching aids. They are the indirect. Indirect method means not the reaction of the audience, facial expression, conversation. Okay, facial expression and conversation. And this evaluation must be in the by three methods. One is the direct method, indirect method, and the third one is the checking for effectiveness of the aids also. Aids. First one is the indirect method. Note the reaction of the audience, facial expression and conversation. It's very vital. And observe the any voluntary participation by the learners, request for the clarification and the additional information also. In direct method, you have to test the understanding of the audience through the oral question. Direct method means you have to ask some question and test the understanding of the audience, and obtain the opinion through the questionnaires only. Okay, obtain the opinion from your questionnaires, and undertake follow-up studies and observe the results also. Checking for the effectiveness of the aids. That means sample question which can be used by you to check the efficacy of the aids are given below. Sample questions. Checking for the effectiveness of the aids means what? Sample question which can be used by you check the efficacy of the aids are mainly is the material suitable to the audience. First you have to check that one. Does it serve the purpose, and is it used appropriately, and is there provision for the audience participation? Okay, this is all about the checking for the effectiveness of the aids. In the non-machine media, in non-machine media are the most versatile aids to make the nutrition and health education effective, and they can be easily planned. And this non-machine media is prepared it can be prepared very easily, and prepared and used in the nutrition and the health teaching learning situation. Okay, and what is the things which are used for the non-machine media? Non-machine media. First one is the poster. Poster माने कौन अपन समझते जानी चाहिए? What is poster? It's a very simple question. What you are thinking? Kuantu, jaha bujhujuni se kuantu. What do you mean by poster?
Drawing along with its information and writing.
What a design, what a style baniଥିବ there. The poster is nothing. Poster is the designed to make a public announcement. Yes or no? I mean, jaha society को jaha दबा ପାଇଁ चाहूँ public announcement of a special idea, and it usually includes an illustration with brief caption also. Okay. And what is the purpose of poster? Why you are using this poster? Why it is designed?
It looks attractive and it is very.
Oh, ma'am, for public awareness.
Very good, very good. And through this poster, na catch the attention of the passerby, impresses on him a fact or an idea also, and stimulation him to support an idea, and make him seek more information and to move him to action. And what is the very vital point you have to consider while you are preparing a poster? while we are preparing the poster for educating the learners about the nutrition and health education. What points we have to consider while preparing the poster? First, decide who the audience. Yes or no? हमें कहाँ को देखेगा जो पोस्टर बनेगा कहाँ पे बनाऊँ That's very important ना नहीं?
Yes, ma'am.
को दुनिया को पढ़ाउछन्ती ना पाठ दुनिया रे अछन्ती आपण माने?
Yes, ma'am. अच्छो.
तापरे मैडम को जगह रे हमें सेटा लगेबा जोटा कि लोकंकर बेसी दृष्टि ऊपर पड़िबो.
आई टीचिंग हे पारे. वेरी गुड.
जोटी बेसी गैदरिंग होतबो सही जगह रे हमें लगेबा.
Exactly. Select a size also. Large size enough to be very easily seen, and promote one single idea, and provide only timely message, and see that the caption is very brief. जदि हमें ऐसे लिखिबा ताले कि सेटा पढिबेनी. Make a rough draft of the poster, and you have to remember that one point, that poster is only an ad, and poster cannot be used alone. It supports the local demonstration, exhibits or activities also, and place the poster where people pass or gathered. Yes or no? एबे जणे आपण मन मित्र की कहले ना नहीं? Follow with the other devices such as the meeting or films or the demonstration, and learning to prepare the poster. First, select a topic relevant to the poster. It's a very vital point. And make the message of the poster apparent immediately, and write it using the stencils or by the means also. Draw the diagram as per the design.
Yes, ma'am.
Poster, what is chart? We all are using the different types of charts. चार्ट माने कोन भाबुचंती कि जो खाइबा चार्ट बोली ना कोन?
नहीं
मेसेज कर मैडम आमे जो व्हाट्सएप रे मेसेज करछु सेटा को भी कहउचंती चैटिंग करछु.
एते पूरे साइलेंट हे जाउचंती मो भाबुची पढिबा को इच्छा होनी ना कोन?
Chart is a collection of information.
Chart is the collection of information. Very good. Chart कहले में कौन बुझिबा?
Sharing messages.
Charts are the very pictures of relationship and changes. They are the graphics and pictorial representation and used to tabulate a large mass of information or show a progression. Okay, and they are visual symbols. Charts are nothing, charts are the visual symbols, and summarizing or comparing or performing others helpful service in explaining the subject matter. That is the charts. And what is the purpose of this chart? Mainly the main purpose of the chart mainly communicate difficult can communicate the difficult, often dull subject matter in interesting and effective ways also, and they are also make fact and figures clear and interesting. What are the different types of charts we are using?
Bar, pie chart.
Very good. One is pie chart. Other chart we are also using.
Bar.
Flow chart. Flow chart, ma'am.
Very good. Flow chart, where it is used? Where we are using the flow chart?
To give
Some
a
institution would have used for flow chart.
Not only institution, in every workplace, the flow chart must be there. Without flow chart, how will you work properly? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
इंस्टीट्यूशन को जीवा पे की भी बहुत फ्लो चार्ट होची को डिपार्टमेंट कोठी अछि.
Exactly. In everywhere, if you will search, you got the flow charts. There are different types of chart. Okay, and one is the bar chart. Second one is your pie chart, and third one is your tree chart, and fourth one is your tabular chart, and fifth one is your flow chart. Sixth one is your pictorial chart, and seventh one is your pole chart, and eighth one is your flip chart, and the ninth one is the last one is your low overlay chart. This is all about your chart. One by one I will discuss. First I will be discuss about the bar chart. Bar chart, what is bar chart? This bar chart is using very commonly, and this mainly they are the used to compare the quantities at different types on under different circumstances. That means bar chart as very commonly we are using. They are used to compare the quantities at different times or under different circumstances. A bar chart is mainly that means in the different quantities. Example, the percentage of individuals, the calorie requirement, inadequacy among the different socio-economic groups in the Andhra Pradesh. First, MIG group means middle income groups, lower income groups, and that industrial laborer and slums, dwellers, and the rural area. That means the calorie inadequacy among the different socio-economic groups will be differ. In MIG groups, it will be different from that of the your what LIG group or MIG group also, and that will be vary from the rural groups also. That the graphical presentation, they are used to compare the qualities at the different times or under the different circumstances, and a bar chart is illustrated, and that bar chart is called as your bar chart. And another one is your pie chart. Pie chart is the shape of the circle, and they mainly used to show the how several parts make up the whole. आपण मैंने जितेबले भी जिते भी प्रेजेंटेशन करूथिबे थ्रो पाई चार्ट मध्ये हम बहुत सारे जिंस को हम डिनोट करि थांती करथन ना नहीं पाई चार्ट माध्यम रे.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
To throw pie chart now, pie chart is the shape of a circle. Circle माध्यमरे हम ताको डिनोट करिथांते, and mainly used to show how several parts make up the whole. And this pie chart is mainly used to show the percentage, proportion, etc. and that must be learn about this in your school also. You learn about the pie chart, which is a pie chart mainly illustrating the expenditure on different foods on a percentage basis among the families of the LIG group. That means if you will go through this pie chart, you can learn that percentage expenditure of the foods in the lower income group. You just remember that in the pie chart, na, mainly this it is the shape of a circle, and mainly it is used to show how several parts make up the whole pie charts are mainly used the proportion and the percentage. Out of 100 to kete percentage taku denote kare, that is the pie chart. Tabular chart, in the regular basis we are using this tabular charts. It is mainly used to bring together a mass of related data in a compact form. Okay, that is called as the tabular chart. That means changing the pattern of food grains consumption. That means in one tabular form you have to put the year from 2020 to 2021, and the rice consumption is like this much, and the wheat consumption this much, and the coarse grains this much, pulses. That means grams per day. In every year that must be changes from year to year. If we will be put all these things in one tabular form, and that is called the tabular chart. Another one is your tree chart. Tree chart means this tree chart is mainly used for showing the development of growth of the scheme, growth of a scheme or the programs or the intimation. That means the origin of the program represented as a trunk of a tree, and the various development as represented at the branch of the tree. That is called as the tree chart. That means ICDS program. We are in the ICDS program. There are different types of program are conducting, like the immunization and that health education, preschool education, nutrition, and that health women's pregnancy, women's pregnancy, women's lactational diet. All these things are comes under the ICDS program. This is called as the tree chart. And another one is your flow chart. In the flow chart, it shows mainly organization or the institution or the structure of the department, institution, a process. And in the flow chart, the relationship are shown through the arrows. Okay, and this is all about your flow chart. In flow chart, first pathogenesis of the eye lesion in measles. Measles mainly affect the corneal parts, and measles also may be caused by due to the deficiency of vitamin A status. And due to the vitamin A status deficiency, it also causes the nutritional status. And by the graphical method, we are representing all this through the flow chart. Okay, and another is your pictorial chart. What is pictorial chart? बुझी होची ना बुझोनी कष्ट होची
No, ma'am, yes, ma'am.
pictorial chart. Pictorial chart पहले हम कौन सा चीज़ in the pictorial chart में it gives the viewers a vivid picture. Vivid picture, and also it creates the rapid association with the use of the graphic messages like the cartoon ho, illustration ho, ऐसा. In the pictorial chart we have to, it gives the viewers vivid pictures, and it also creates the rapid association with the use of the graphics message like the cartoons illustration, and each visual symbols indicates the quantities represent the pictorial chart. It is called your pictorial chart. And in the pool chart, what is pool chart? In the pool chart, mainly it consists of written message on a large sheet. If we will write down the message in the large sheet, that is called as the pool chart. In messages are hidden by the strips of the thick paper held in a position, and the message can be shown to the viewers as and when needed, one after another also. This is called the pool chart. What is flip chart? In the flip chart, it carries a series of idea arranged sequentially. Series of idea, you have to arrange it in the sequentially, and the individual's charts are tagged or the fixed to some supports. As the lesson progresses, the charts are flipped one by one by the teacher. And these kind of charts exposes the audience to segments of the subject in sequence and hold attention remarkably. This is your flip chart. Flip chart is nothing. In the flip chart, you have to carry a series of ideas, arrange it in the sequentially. Sequenced and individual charts are taken or fixed to some supports. And the lessons progresses, the chart are flipped one by one by the teacher. This is called your flip chart. And overlay charts, this is the last chart. This is the overlay chart. Means in overlay chart you have to consist of number of sheets which can be placed one over another. It is called as your overlay chart. And what are the key points you have to consider while preparing the charts?
Ma'am, author koibe.
What are the key points you have to consider? What is the main points you have to consider while preparing the chart? While preparing the chart, you have to keep the focus upon the make a few comparison as possible. Okay. Keep the simple by developing only one idea and including the important details also. And allows the plenty of space by using large sheets or the boards. And how you have to prepare a flip chart? Flip chart केमते में prepare करिबा? It's very easy. First you have to select the topic, and that topic should be relevant and important to either nutrition related, otherwise it may be health related. Okay. And after that make a list of the different points that are needed to teach and select the topic. And writing an interesting story or description about the topic, which includes all the points that need to be told. And mainly divide the story or description into the short and logical sequence. Okay, and decide which drawing, pictures or illustration would be appropriate to visualize and describe each sequence of the description. And test the materials on a group of learners before preparing the actual flip charts. Okay, this is how you have to prepare the flip charts. And while you have to preparing the flip chart, you have to focus upon the one sheet should be shown at a time. Okay, if you will prepare the flip chart, you have to show only one sheet should be shown at a time, and illustration should always face the learners with the written message facing the instructor. Okay, and if the instructor is explaining, learners can be asked to flip the charts. What is flashcards? Flashcard कौन? Flashcards are nothing. Flashcards are the very brief visual message only. Visual message on the poster board cards. And the task before the audience to emphasize the importance point in a presentation. That is called as the flashcard. Flashcard होची ଗୋଟେ brief visual message जोटा कि on the poster board card flashed before the audience to emphasize the importance points in the presentation. That is the flashcard. How you have to make these flashcards? First, for the preparation of this flashcards, first to select a relevant topic, and that topic should be related to the health or the nutrition. and make the list of the different points that are to be conveyed about the topic. First out you have to select the topic. After that you have to point out the list of the different points, and that point which you have to convey about the topic. And third one is your first write an interesting story or description about your topic. What topic you have to choose na, that according to your topic you have to first write down one story, interesting story related to your topic, whatever you are choose. Either it may be in the health related or it may be in the nutrition related. And after that you have to divide up the story or description into the short and the logical sequence. Okay, good. All of you understood it or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
First, for the preparation
Again,
of this
again.
class, for the preparation of class card, na first you have to do the first you have to choose. For preparation of anything, na first you have to choose your relevant topic. Okay, and that topic should be related to your health. Otherwise it may be related to your nutrition only. And make a list of the different points that are to be conveyed about the topic, and write the interesting story or the description about the topic. Divide up the story or description into the short or logical sequence also. And select up the story, select out pictures or drawings suited to each part of your message. After that, prepare each card as per your plan. After that, write the talking point or visual at the back of the previous card. At the back of this your previous partner, you have to write the talking point. Whatever you want to share with the audience, you have to write them there in the back side of that card. And test the materials. Test the materials on the group of learners to check whether it is understood correctly by them or not. After that, revise the materials following the results of the test on the cards. This is all about your how to make the class cards. Okay. After preparation of the class card, how you have to use this one? First, you have to stick the card in the proper order. Okay. First, you stick the cards in the proper order. After that, you have to hold the cards with one hand and chest high against the body if the cards are very small. If they are very large, then they may be placed on the easel or display the cards so that the people can see them very clearly and easily also. After that, this card is plus the card in time with the commentary related to the description, and expose the cards long enough for comprehension, and slip the front card to the back of the sheet to the change the card. Okay, after that the commentary is completed. Display all the cards on the bulletin board or pass them on to the interested audience. And while you are presentation, you remember all these points. First, you have to limit the size of the audience to below 30. While you are presenting anything, first you have to limit the size of the audience to below 30 and know the message on each card very well. And use the simple words, very simple, and the local language and local expression while commenting anything in front of the learners, in front of the audience. And what is the flannel graphs? What do you mean by flannel graphs? Ki kahi pari flannel graphs kono? Flannel graph code is very easy. कुआडे गले समस्ते अछंती ना पळेलेनी कुआडे?
आगे मैम समस्त अच्छु सुनुछु।
मैम प्लानर ग्राफ ये कौन थे मन पड़ो
हां हां
ଆସୁନି
एक्चुअली मैम से चुपचाप ही बसछु।
आपण माने तो सब आसुची आसुनी कोन सब आसी आपण
ସମସ୍ତେ କୁନି ପିଲା ଆଉ ଯାହା ନ ଆସୁଛି କ୍ଲିୟର କହୁଛୁ।
मैम जेतले पूरा साइलेंट देखिबे ना जानिबे जे काहा को आसुनी।
ଶୁଣିଲୁ ତ ସେଇଟା।
ନା ନା आपण मानकु सब आसुची planet planet graphs are the planet boards it is also known as the felt board, and this felt board is mainly consisting of the steep baking cover with felt material on one side. Okay, and that funnel graphs is any graphic material mainly presented on a flannel board. Flannel graph is nothing, you have to just remember this point. Flannel graphs is the any graphic materials and that presented on the flannel boards. And flannel graphs works on the principle that one piece of the rough texture cloth with adhere or stick to the other. That is the flannel graphs. There are different types of flannel graphs or flannel boards is present. That flannel boards may be fixed, that may be folded, that may be roll up of combination of these. And for any of these are the flannel graphs can be made up of the illustration, photos, lettered materials, drawing, etc. A rough textures materials can be used for the back of these parts also. What are the advantages of the flannel boards? Why we will be use these flannel boards? Flannel graphs has the capacity to build up the story step by step. बुझिएला?
ଆଜ୍ଞା ମ୍ୟାମ୍।
Flannel graphs has the capacity to build up the story step by step, and it can be create the suspense also. May or may not, it can create the suspense, and one can place the interesting piece on the board and keep the audience wondering how the story will be end. Okay, and how you have to prepare this funnel board. First, for the preparation of this flannel board, first you have to take a frame with a film surface, and that made of any board like the plywoods, otherwise fiber boards, or otherwise maso knitted, and tightly stretch a dark colored background flannel or the cloth जोटा कि खद्दी कपड़े रे जोटा कि हेइथिबो, and fasten securely to the board with the drawing pins. And now the flannel boards is ready for use. This is all about you how to prepare the flannel boards. Cues for making the effective flannel graphs. First, for the cues for the making the effective flannel graphs, keeps the theme very simple. Whatever you have to first you keep the themes very simple, and use the bolds and clean illustration and letters. Use the arrows, cartoon, etc. Add interest also. Before actual use, tilt the board back slightly so the funnel graphs will not topple down. What is pictures? এটা भी আসুনি, এটা তো আসতো।
Drawings.
Pictures are one of the most versatile and effective visual aids. Yes or no?
Yes.
Pictures are the one of the very most versatile and effective visual aids. One picture is worth 1,000 words, and that indicates the value of the pictures in teaching. But this is very true only if the picture says that what you want it to say to the people you are trying to reach also. And there are different varieties of picture, like the white color picture, black color, photographic, colored, hand drawn, and the printed also. What is the purpose of all this picture?
Creating interest.
Very good.
Can
Very
easily
good.
understand.
Easily be very good. And create the very interest also. Introduce the new subject. Develop the appreciation. Illustrate the specific steps in problem also. Build wholesome attitude. Review the units of subject matter. For all this purpose, picture is required. And what are the advantages of pictures? Through a picture, speak universal language, yes or no? Speak the universal language and attract or complete attention. जेतोला हमें गोटे पिक्चर को हमें देखुछंती and are easy to prepare or obtain also and very easily understand and appreciated. बुझिएला ना नहीं?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
एटा बुझिबार किसी ने वेरी सिंपल आपण आपण को लैंग्वेज रे लिखि पकेबे. And what are the characteristic of an effective picture? Effective picture ले हम कहा को कहबे? Any picture should be very simple in composition and authentic in giving the message also, able to representative size of items to give the correct image to the audience, and also able to realistic action. Okay, free from blemishes, spots, scratches, etc. and should have good mechanically quality. What's the guidelines for preparation and presentation of ideas through the pictures? Guidelines for preparation and presentation of ideas through pictures. Mainly obtain the phrase photography or draw illustration or collect the pictures from the newspaper, journals and the magazine, and give the necessary caption labels for the pictures and file them. What is models? Models कौन है? भारी easy कौन तो अपन अपन जहाँ पूछन ता कौन तो?
Kinds of drawings.
कौन कहले सर?
Kinds of drawing.
Partially correct. You are partially correct. In
Model?
this, yes.
मैम जे गोटे 3 डायमेंशनल पिक्चर हो कि गोटे स्टैच्यू टाइप रो हो जेटा को हमें सब पटु देखि परथु मॉडल ता.
Very good. Every one of us the might have seen the some models, or the other is the science laboratory of our schools also. Models of human eyes or brain. Models are replicas of real object and scale representation of the things like specimens and the exhibits. There are also called the TDV, three-dimensional visuals. They may be smaller or larger than the life-size things they represent also. And what are the types of models? There are different types of models like the scale models, cross-sectional models, working models, and the simplified models. Okay, there are mainly 4 types of models. In the simplified models, mainly it shows the simple features of the external form of the real object. That is the simplified models. In the simplified models, you show the simple features of the external forms of the real object without reproducing the original in precise proportion, and they can be prepared out of the clay, cardboard, and this is the example of simplified model. In the working model, it shows operation of essential parts of the real object, for example in the TV or the telephone also. In the cross-sectional models, it reveals the internal structure of real objects such as the heart, eyes, that is the cross-sectional models. But in the scale models are the mainly it represents the external forms and the shape for original object, or it is prepared to scale smaller or larger. In the Taj Mahal, the example of the Taj Mahal or the insect heart, etc. What is the main purpose of model? The chief purposes of these models, it's real object which are the either too large or too small. Physically inaccessible object like the foods also, and unique reality such as working of human heart or the eyes. Processes, for instance, process of cooking following the principle. This is all about your different types of models. वर्तमान तो टाइम हे गलानी. ओके, नेक्स्ट क्लास को पुणी देखा हबो. थैंक यू ऑल ऑफ यू. जदि काहर किछि डाउट थिबो मते पचारि पारिबे.
मैडम एटा को चैप्टर रु पाइबो मु तो जानि पाइलिनी आज केते खोजुची.
एटा मु भाबुची आपनकर यूनिट 9 या 10 रे आपनकर आसीबो. देखंतु जदि न पाइबे मते अगेन आपन पचारि पारिबे ना.
मैम नेक्स्ट क्लास
आपनक समस्तक पाखरे तो मोर टेलीफोन नंबर तो अछि ना.
आगे मैम.
हाँ, जदि कहार किछि भी प्रॉब्लम होउछि मते आपण कॉल कर.
यस मैम, यूनिट 9 10
अछि ना.
यस मैम.
ओके, से भितरे ही आसीबो. तो आपनकर या जहा भी किछि प्रॉब्लम होउछि मते पर्सनली भी आपण पचारि पे किछि प्रॉब्लम नै हला. कोन एते साइलेंट पूरा रहउछंती.
यस मैम, यस मैम.
मैम मो पाखकु जो दीटा आसीची तादरे यूनिट 1 2 3 आ गोटे रे 17 18 19 टू अछि. सेति पई मु पाउनी खोजा चलैछि.
ताले बोधे आपण अदर मटेरियल्स आसी पहुंचीबो. अदरवाइज यू कैन डायरेक्टली कम्युनिकेट विथ द स्टडी सेंटर आल्सो. ओके
मैडम आउ थरे नंबर टा टिके डाकिबे कि आपनकर व्हाट्सएप नंबर.
अपन व्हाट्सएप नंबर ना टेलीफोन नंबर.
मैम व्हाट्सएप रे टिके आपनको क्वेश्चन गुडा को क्वेरीज गुडा को पचारंतु. आपण कोन फ्री रे टाइम रे होय तो हमको टिके इन्फॉर्म करंतु.
ओके, मु दीटा का नंबर दे दोछि. हम क्लास को एंड अप करिबा. जहार जहार डॉक्टर से अनुसार मते आपण पचारि पारिबे. किछि प्रॉब्लम नै. 94 again it is my WhatsApp number 9439327753. Okay, 9753, last one is 3, and 7008021048. 7008021048. Okay,
सेवन
7008021048. Thank you. Thank you all of you.
थैंक यू मैम. थैंक यू.
थैंक यू मैम.
एक्चुअली यूनिट 9 आउ 10 रे केते केते पेज अछि ता कॉपी करई हबो कि. एटा तो हम पाखकु आछिनी. पदना मैडम आपण अछंती ना लेफ्ट करि गेलेनी. आउ कहा पाखरे अछि कि ए बुक.
नाଇଁ ନାଇଁ ଆମ ପାଖକୁ ବି ଏଇ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ପାଖକୁ ଯେତିକି ମେଟେରିଆଲ ପହଞ୍ଚିଛି ଆମ ପାଖରେ ବି ସେତିକି ପହଞ୍ଚିଛି.
ତାଲେ ଆମେ कोन କରିବା बाहर କରିବା सेठू.
ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ଦେଖିବା ସେ ଯୋଉ ଇଏ ଆପ ରେ ଯେତିକି ମିଳିବ ସେ ଯୋଉ ଡାଉନଲୋଡେड ଆପ ରେ.
आज्ञा आज्ञा मैडम.
मैडम ऑफिस रे गले मिलिबनी भुवनेश्वर.
ସେଠି ଯାଇଥିଲୁ ଆମେ ଯେ ସେମାନେ କହିଲେ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ସେମାନେ ଡାଇରେକ୍ଟ ପଠେଇବେ. ଆଉ ଏଇ
पोस्टल
ଅଫିସ ଥ୍ରୁ ରେ କିଛି ଆସୁନି. ତେଣୁକରି ଆମକୁ
ଓହୋ
ବି ଏବେ just ମିଳିଲା ଏଇ 2-3 ଦିନ ତଳେ ହିଁ ମିଳିଲା ମେଟେରିଆଲ ମିଳିଲା ଗୋଟେ 2ଟା ବହି ମିଳିଛି DNHE
ଏକ୍ସାକ୍ଟଲି
1
ଏକ୍ସାକ୍ଟଲି ମ୍ୟାମ୍।
DNHE 2
ହୁଁ ଯୋଉଥିରେ କି
ଆଉ
1 to 5 3 4 and 17 ଠାରୁ ଇଏ ଅଛି ମଝିର ନାହିଁ
ଏକ୍ସାକ୍ଟଲି
ସବୁ ନାଇଁ କି?
ଏକ୍ସାକ୍ଟଲି ଏକ୍ସାକ୍ଟଲି
ବ୍ଲକ ଯୋଉଟା କି ବ୍ଲକ 1 ଅଛି ବ୍ଲକ 5 ଅଛି ବ୍ଲକ 2 3 4 ନାହିଁ ନାଇଁ କି?
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଆଜ୍ଞା
ସେଟାକୁ ସେମାନେ ବୋଧେ ପୋଷ୍ଟ ଇଏ କରିବେ ଆଉ ଆମର
ତାପରେ ଗୋଟେ
ଡେଲିଭରି କରିବେ ବୋଧେ ପୋଷ୍ଟାଲ ରେ ନହେଲେ ଆମେ ଏବେ ଏକ୍ଜାମ କେମିତି ଦବା ଜୁନରେ ତ ଏକ୍ଜାମ ନା।
ହଁ ମ୍ୟାମ୍ ଗୋଟେ କଥା ସେଇଟା ଟିକେ ମ୍ୟାମ୍ କୁ ପଚାରିଲେ ହବ ଯେ ଆମେ
ମୁଁ
ଯୋଉ
ଭାବୁ
ଏକ୍ଜାମ ଟା ଦବା
ହଁ ହଁ
ସେ ଯୋଉ
ହଁ ହଁ
ଏକ୍ଜାମ ଟା ଆମେ ମାନେ ଆମେ ଥରେ ଦେଇଦେଲେ ସେଟା ଯଦି
ହଁ ହଁ
କ୍ଲିଅର ଠିକ ରେ ଆମେ ଲେଖି ନ ପାରିଥିବା ଆଉ ଥରେ
ହଁ ହଁ
ଭଲ ଭାବରେ ପଢିକିରି ଦେଲେ ଆମର କୋଉ ମାର୍କ ଟା କନସିଡର ହବ?
ତ ପଚାରିବାକୁ ପଡିବ। କ୍ଲିୟର ହବାକୁ ହେଲେ ତ ତାଙ୍କୁ ବାଇ ଫୋନ ଯୋଉ ନମ୍ବର ଟା ଦେଲେ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ନା ତାଙ୍କ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ସାଙ୍ଗରେ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
କନସଲ୍ଟ କରି କଥା ହେଲେ ବେଟର ହବ ମୁଁ ଭାବୁଛି। କାହିଁକି
ହଁ ହଁ
ଗ୍ରୁପ ରେ ଥାଇକି ଆଉ ତାଙ୍କୁ ତ ଡିଷ୍ଟର୍ବ କରିହବନି ନା। ଆଉ ଲାଷ୍ଟ
ବହୁତ
ବେଳକୁ
କମ
ସମୟ ହଉନି।
ନା
ହଁ
ଠିକ
ଲାଷ୍ଟ ବେଳକୁ ବି ସମୟ ହଉନି।
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଆଜ୍ଞା ତାପରେ ଏଇ ଯୋଉ 9
ଆପଣ କୋଉଠୁ
ତାରିଖରେ
ଆପଣ କୋଉଠୁ ମ୍ୟାଡାମ ମ୍ୟାଡାମ ଆପଣ କୋଉଠୁ?
ମୁଁ ନୀଳାଦ୍ରି ବିହାରରୁ।
ଭୁବନେଶ୍ୱର ନୀଳାଦ୍ରି ବିହାର ଆଚ୍ଛା ମାନେ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ହେଲ୍ଥ ନ୍ୟୁଟ୍ରିସନ କାହା ଥ୍ରୁରେ ମାନେ ଆଡମିସନ କରିଛନ୍ତି ନା ଯାହା ହଉ ଆଜି ଗୋଟେ ବଢିଆ ସ୍କୋପ ମିଳିଲା ଟିକେ କଥା ହବା ପାଇଁ। ମାନେ କାହା ଥ୍ରୁରେ ଆପଣ ଆଡମିସନ କରିଛନ୍ତି ନା ଡାଇରେକ୍ଟ ଇଗ୍ନୋରେ କଲେ?
ନାଇଁ ଡାଇରେକ୍ଟ ଆମେ ଇଗ୍ନୋରେ କରିଛୁ ଆଉ
ହୁଁ ହୁଁ
ମାନେ ଅଲରେଡି ଯୋଉ ନ୍ୟୁଟ୍ରିସନ ବିଷୟରେ ଜାଣିବା ପାଇଁ ତ କରିଛୁ
ହୁଁ
ଆଉ
ହୁଁ
କିନ୍ତୁ ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ପାଠଟା ଏଇ
ହୁଁ
ପାଠଟା
ହୁଁ
ଆମେ ମାନେ ଏତେ ବଢିଆ ପାଠଟା କିନ୍ତୁ ଏତେ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ସର୍ଟ ପିରିୟଡ ଟାଇମରେ ଆମେ ତାକୁ କମ୍ପ୍ଲିଟ ରିପ୍ରେଜେଣ୍ଟେସନ ଟା କରିପାରିବାନି ପରୀକ୍ଷାରେ। ତେଣୁକରି
ହଁ
ମୁଁ
ହଁ
ସେ ଥରଟେ ଆମେ ପରୀକ୍ଷା ଦେଇଦେଲୁ କିନ୍ତୁ
ହୁଁ
ଆମର ଗୋଟେ ବେଷ୍ଟ ଯୋଉ ପ୍ରେଜେଣ୍ଟେସନ ଟା ହୁଏତ ଆଉ ଟିକେ ଟାଇମ ଲାଗିବ ଆମକୁ ଭଲ ଭାବରେ ଦବା ପାଇଁ କାରଣ ଆମେ ତ
ହୁଁ
ଯୋଉ ସମୟରେ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଜଏନ କରିଛେ ଆମେ ଜଷ୍ଟ ଗୋଟେ ସାର୍ଟିଫିକେଟ ପାଇବା ପାଇଁ କରୁନେ ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ କମ୍ପ୍ଲିଟ ନ୍ୟୁଟ୍ରିସନିଷ୍ଟ ହବା ପାଇଁ ପରୀକ୍ଷା ଟା ଦଉଛେ।
ହଁ
ଆଉ
ବିଲକୁଲ
ସେଥିପାଇଁ
ବିଲକୁଲ ମ୍ୟାମ୍।
କାରଣ ବହୁତ ସେଇଥିପାଇଁ ପଢିବାକୁ ପଡିବ ଆଉ ବହୁତ ଭଲ ଭାବରେ ସୁନ୍ଦର ପ୍ରେଜେଣ୍ଟେସନ ପାଇଁ ଗୋଟେ ଟାଇମ ବି ଦରକାର।
ହୁଁ ମ୍ୟାଡାମ ଯୋଉ ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟ କପି ବି ଗୋଟେ ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି ନା?
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଆଜ୍ଞା ହଁ ଗୋଟେ ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟ
ଆପଣ
କପି ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି।
ହଁ ସେଟା ହଉଛି ସେଟା 4 ଏଟା ଯେମିତି
ହଁ
1 2
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଏଟା ହଉଛି 4।
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଏଟା ସେକ୍ସନ 1 ସେକ୍ସନ 2 ଏଇଟା କଣ କେମିତି କରାହବ ଟିକେ ଜାଣିବା ଦରକାର ବି ନାଇଁ କି ବୁଝିଛନ୍ତି?
ହଁ ହଁ ସେ ସବୁ କଥା
ମୁଁ
ଗୁଡାକ
ଆଜି
ଆମେ ଡିଟେଲସ ଗୁଡାକ ପଚାରିବା ମ୍ୟାଡାମକୁ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଫୋନରେ କଣ ଫୋନରେ କଥା ହେଲେ କଣ କି ମ୍ୟାଡାମ ତାଙ୍କ ଫ୍ୟାମିଲିରେ କୋଉଥିରେ ବ୍ୟସ୍ତ ଥିବେ ଆମକୁ ଏତେ ଡାଉଟ ଟା କ୍ଲିୟର କରିପାରିବେନି
ହୁଁ
ହ୍ୱାଟସଆପ ରେ ପଚାରିବା ଆଉ
ହୁଁ
ଟିକେ ଟିକେ 1 ମିନିଟ 2 ମିନିଟରେ ଗୋଟେ କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ତାଙ୍କୁ ପଚାରିବା ଆଉ କାରଣ
ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ
ଏଇଟା
ବଢିଆ କଥା ମ୍ୟାଡାମ ଶୁଣନ୍ତୁ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଏକ୍ଜାମ ମାନେ ସରିବ କ୍ଲାସ ଟା ଇଏ ତ ହେଇ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ମାନେ ହେଇ ଅଛି ବି 5-10 ମିନିଟ ନିହାତି ଆମେ ବି ଗ୍ରୁପ ଡିସକସନ କରିପାରିବା ହେଲା କି କାରଣ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଏଟା ସବୁ ଅନଲାଇନ କ୍ଲାସ ହଉଛି ନା ଆମେ ଇଣ୍ଡିଭିଜୁଆଲି ଆମେ ଦେଖା ହଉନେ ଆମେ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ସେମିତି ବି ଷ୍ଟୁଡେଣ୍ଟସ ନୁହେଁ ଯୋଉଟା କି ମାନେ ଏମିତି ମୁହାଁମୁହିଁ କଥା ହେଇପାରିବା
ଆଜ୍ଞା
କମ୍ୟୁନିକେସନ ଗ୍ୟାପ ରହୁଛି ତେଣୁକରି ଆମେ ଏମିତି କମ୍ୟୁନିକେସନ ରଖିକି ଟିକେ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ରିଲେସନସିପ ଆମ ଭିତରେ ବଢେଇ ରଖିଥିଲେ କାମ ଦବ
ହଁ
ଏକ୍ଜାମ ବେଳେ।
ବହୁତ କାମ
ହେଲା
ଦବ ବହୁତ ମାନେ ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ ଟିମ୍ ହିସାବରେ ଯଦି କୌଣସି ଯୋଉ ଗ୍ରୁପ ଡିସକସନ ମ୍ୟାଡାମ କହିଲେ ଏମିତି ଯଦି
ହୁଁ
ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ କରିବା ବି ଆମେ ବି ଗୋଟେ ଟିମ୍ ହିସାବରେ ବି ଗୋଟେ ବହୁତ ଭଲ କାମ କରିପାରିବା ମିଶିକିରି ଆଉ
ବଢିଆ ହବ
ଆମେ
ମ୍ୟାମ
ବି
ଶୁଣନ୍ତୁ
ହେଇକି ମାଟେରିଆଲ
ମିତାଞ୍ଜଳି
କଲେକ୍ଟ
ମ୍ୟାଡାମ
କରିକି ଆଜ୍ଞା
ମିତାଞ୍ଜଳି ମ୍ୟାଡାମ ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ କାମ କରିବା ଆମେ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଯେତିକି ଜଣ ରହିବା ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଗ୍ରୁପ ତିଆରି କରିଦବା ହେଲା କି
ଅଲରେଡି ତ
ବେଟର ହବ
ହ୍ୱାଟ୍ସଆପ ରେ ଗୋଟେ ଗ୍ରୁପ ହେଇଛି ବା ମ୍ୟାଡାମ।
ହଁ
କାହା
ଗୋଟେ
ମାନେ
ତ
କୋଉଥିରେ ମୁଁ
ଗ୍ରୁପ ହେଇଛି ହ୍ୱାଟ୍ସଆପ ଗ୍ରୁପ
ମ୍ୟାଡାମ
ଗୋଟେ
କିଏ
ହେଇଛି
କରିଥିଲେ
ହଁ ଗୋଟେ
ହଁ
ହ୍ୱାଟ୍ସଆପ ଗ୍ରୁପ ହେଇଛି ଆଉ
ହେଇଛି
କିଏ
ହେଇଛି
କିଏ
ଗୋଟେ
ଅଛନ୍ତି ତ
ଅଛି
ମତେ ଟିକେ ଆଡ କରିଦେବେ ମୋ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ନାଁ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଆଚ୍ଛା
ଗାୟତ୍ରୀ
ମତେ
ଗାୟତ୍ରୀ
ଲାଗୁଛି
ରାଉତ।
ସେ ଯୋଉ ଅମିତ ମିଶ୍ର ବୋଧେ କରିଛନ୍ତି, ସିଏ ହିଁ
ହୁଁ
ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ
ହୁଁ।
ଗ୍ରୁପ ରେ ଆଡ କରଉଛନ୍ତି। ତାଙ୍କୁ
ଓହୋ
କହିଲେ ସେ କରିଦେବେ, କିନ୍ତୁ
ସେ ଷ୍ଟୁଡେଣ୍ଟ, ସେ ଷ୍ଟୁଡେଣ୍ଟ
ହୁଁ
ଅଛନ୍ତି
ହଁ ସିଏ ବି
ଅମିତ।
ଷ୍ଟୁଡେଣ୍ଟ ଅମିତ।
ଓହୋ, ତାଙ୍କୁ ଟିକେ ମ୍ୟାଡାମ ଯଦି ଜାଣିଥିବେ ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଇଏରେ ଥିବେ, କମ୍ୟୁନିଟିରେ ଥିବେ, ଟିକେ ଜଣେଇବେ ପ୍ଲିଜ, ଟିକେ ମତେ ଆଡ କରିଦବା ପାଇଁ।
ନିଶ୍ଚିତ, କାଲି କ୍ଲାସ ରେ ଆପଣ ମେନସନ କରିଦେଲେ ସେ କରିଦେବେ। କାଲି କ୍ଲାସ ରେ ସେ ତ ସବୁଥିରେ ପ୍ରେଜେଣ୍ଟ ରହୁଛନ୍ତି, କାଲି
ହୁଁ
କ୍ଲାସ ରେ
ହୁଁ।
କଲେ ସେ କରିଦେବେ।
ମିତାଞ୍ଜଳି
ଆଉ
ମ୍ୟାମ, ଆପଣ ଆଉ କଣ କରନ୍ତି?
ହଁ ମୁଁ କରେ, ମୁଁ ତ ଏମିତି ବି ଆମେ ଡିଷ୍ଟ୍ରିବ୍ୟୁଟର।
ଆଜ୍ଞା, ଓହୋ,
ଆମେ
ରଶ୍ମିତା ଗ୍ରୁପ ରେ କି?
ହଁ
ରାଖାଲ
ରଶ୍ମି
ଭାଇନାଙ୍କ ଗ୍ରୁପ ର,
ହଁ ହଁ ହଁ
ଭାଇନାଙ୍କ
ହଁ
ରାଖାଲ ଭାଇନାଙ୍କ ଗ୍ରୁପ ର?
ହଁ
ସେ ତ
ରାଖାଲ
କରେଇଥିବ ନା,
ହଁ ନାଇଁ
ମୁଁ
ସିଏ
ବି ତାଙ୍କ
ଆମେ
ଗ୍ରୁପ ର ନା।
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଆଜ୍ଞା, ହଁ ମେନଲି ଆମର ପର୍ପସ ହେଲା ଆମେ ନ୍ୟୁଟ୍ରିସନ ପାର୍ଟ ଟାକୁ ଆଉ ବେଟର ୱେରେ ବୁଝିବା, ଆଉ ବେଟର ୱେରେ
ରାଇଟ।
ପବ୍ଲିକ କନେକ୍ସନ ରେ ଆମେ ବେଟର ୱେରେ ଲୋକଙ୍କୁ ବୁଝେଇ ପାରିବା, ଏଇଟା ଆମର ମେନ ଆମର
ହଁ ହଁ
ପର୍ପସ। କିନ୍ତୁ
ହଁ ହଁ।
ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ପାଠଟା ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି ପଢିଲା ପରେ ଆମର
ହୁଁ
ପର୍ପସ ଟା ଆହୁରି ଭାଷ୍ଟ ହେଇଯାଉଛି।
ହଁ ହଁ ହଁ।
ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି
ବିଲକୁଲ।
ପର୍ପସ ଟା ବହୁତ ଭାଷ୍ଟ ହେଇଯାଉଛି, ଆଉ ଦ୍ୟାଟ
ହୁଁ ହୁଁ।
ତାକୁ ଆମେ ବିୟୁଟିଫୁଲି ପ୍ରେଜେଣ୍ଟ କଲେ ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ ସୋସିଆଲ ୱାର୍କର ଭଳିଆ କାମ କରିପାରିବା ଭବିଷ୍ୟତରେ।
ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ ମ୍ୟାଡାମ ଜାଣିଛନ୍ତି, ଗୋଟେ ଗ୍ରୁପ ରୁ ବି ଗୋଟେ ଇଗ୍ନୋର ଗୋଟେ ମେସେଜ ଆସିଛି, କୋଉମାନେ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
କରିବେ ମାନେ ଏଇ ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟ ପାଇଁ ସବୁ, କାହିଁକି ନା ଆମେ ଯଦି ଇଣ୍ଟରଲିଙ୍କ ହେଇକି ରହିବା, ଆମର ତ ସେ ସବୁ ଆମେ ନିଜେ ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟ ତିଆରି କଲେ କୋପରେସନ ରେ ଭଲ, କାହିଁକି ଆମର ତ ମାର୍କ ଉପରେ ଏତିକି ଇଏ ନାହିଁ। ଆମେ ଭଲସେ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ପାସ୍ କରିବା, ଆମର ମୋଟ ହଉଛି ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ ଭଲ ଜିନିଷ ଶିଖିବା।
ବାସ୍
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ବାସ୍
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ବାସ୍।
କାହିଁକିନା
ହୁଁ
ଆମର ପଦ୍ମଜା ମ୍ୟାଡାମ ମତେ ବି କହୁଥିଲେ,
ହୁଁ
ଯେ ଗୋଟେ ମେସେଜ ଆସିବ ଦେଖିବ ଯେ କିଏ ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟ କରିବେ କିଏ ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଇଏ କରିବେ, ଆଉ
ହୁଁ
ସେ
ହୁଁ
ପଇସା ନଉଛନ୍ତି କରିଦଉଛନ୍ତି। ମୁଁ ତାଙ୍କୁ କହିଲି ମୋର ତ ଚାପ୍ଟର ସେ ପଠେଇଲେ, ମୁଁ ଯେତେବେଳେ ମେସେଜ କଲି ସେ ଗ୍ରୁପ ରୁ ମେସେଜ ଆସିଲା ଯେ ଆପଣ ଚାପ୍ଟର ଗୁଡା ପଠାନ୍ତୁ। ଆମେ ଦେଖିବା ସେମାନେ କଣ ପଇସା ନଉଛନ୍ତି କଣ ନାହିଁ, ଏ ଯୋଉ ତିଆରି କରିବା ପାଇଁ, ଆମେ ଯଦି ସମସ୍ତେ ମିଳିତ ଭାବରେ ତିଆରି କରିବା, ଆମର ପୁରା ପାଖାପାଖି ହଉ କିଛି କିଛି ଜିନିଷ ମିଳିମିଶିକି ଆମେ କରିଦେଲେ ଆମର ତ ସୁବିଧା ହବ। କାହିଁକିନା ଆମେ ତ
ବହୁତ
ଷ୍ଟୁଡେଣ୍ଟ
ସୁବିଧା
ନାହିଁ ଯେ
ହବ
ମୋର
ହଁ
80% ହେଲେ ମତେ କୋଉଠି ସର୍ଭିସ ମିଳିବ
ହଁ
କି
ହଁ
କାହାର 81
ହଁ
ହେଇଗଲେ,
ହଁ
ସେମିତି କିଛି ମୋଟ ନାହିଁ। ମୁଁ
ହଁ
ଯେହେତୁ ଜାଣିଲି ଆମେ ପ୍ରାୟତଃ ଡିଷ୍ଟ୍ରିବ୍ୟୁଟର୍ସ ଅଛୁ ଏଇଠି, ତେଣୁକରି ଆମେ
ହଁ।
ଭାବିନେ ମିଶିକି କୋଅପରେସନ ରଖିବା, ସେଇଟା ହିଁ ବେଟର ହବ।
ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ।
ପୁଷ୍ପାଞ୍ଜଳି ମ୍ୟାମ, ଆପଣ ବି ଭାଇନାଙ୍କ ଗ୍ରୁପ ର ନାଇଁ କି?
ଆଜ୍ଞା, ମୁଁ
ଆଚ୍ଛା ଆଚ୍ଛା।
ପଦ୍ମଜା ମ୍ୟାଡାମ ଆମେ ସବୁ
ସମସ୍ତେ ନାଇଁ କି? ଆଚ୍ଛା ଆଚ୍ଛା।
ପ୍ରାୟତଃ ଆଉ କିଏ
ଯୋଉ
ଅଛନ୍ତି ମୁଁ ଜାଣିନି ମ୍ୟାଡାମ, ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ସସ୍ମିତା ମ୍ୟାଡାମ ବୋଲି ଜଣେ ଅଛନ୍ତି ଏଇଠି, ସିଏ
ହଁ ହଁ
କି କଣ ମୁଁ
ସସ୍ମି
ଜାଣିନି, ଆହୁରି ବି କେତେ ଜଣ ଅଛନ୍ତି ମୁଁ ଏଇଠି ଜାଣିନି। କିନ୍ତୁ
ଏଇ
ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି
ସାଗରିକା ମ୍ୟାଡାମ ଅଛନ୍ତି, ଯେ ସୌମ୍ୟ କଣ ସୌମ୍ୟ ଇଏ
ସାଗରିକା ମ୍ୟାଡାମ
ଅଛନ୍ତି ଜଣେ
ଡିଷ୍ଟ୍ରିବ୍ୟୁଟର ନାଇଁ ମୁଁ ଜାଣିନି, ଆଙ୍କ ଭିତରୁ କିଏ
ନା
ଡିଷ୍ଟ୍ରିବ୍ୟୁଟର ମୁଁ ବି ଜାଣିନି। ଆମେ କିନ୍ତୁ ପଦ୍ମଜା ମ୍ୟାଡାମ, ମୁଁ ଆଉ ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ଆମର ମିତାଞ୍ଜଳି ମ୍ୟାଡାମ, ଆଜ୍ଞା
ମୁଁ ବି
ଆପଣ ଗାୟତ୍ରୀ ମ୍ୟାଡାମ,
ଆଜ୍ଞା, ନବୀନ ଭୂଇଁଆ ଗ୍ରୁପ ର।
ଓ
ଆଚ୍ଛା
ଆରେ
ଆଚ୍ଛା
ହେ ଆରେ ମୁଁ ବା ଜଲି ଅପା।
ଜଲି
ଜଲି ଅପା
ଆରେ ଆରେ
ଜାଣିପାରିବନି, ଆରେ
ଜଲି ଅପା
ଗାୟତ୍ରୀ ତମେ।
ଆଜ୍ଞା, ନମସ୍କାର ଅପା।
ହଁ ନମସ୍କାର, ତାହେଲେ ଆମେ ମିଶିକି ସବୁ କରିବା ଠିକ ହବ।
ହଁ ହଁ ମୁଁ
ଆଉ
ସେଇ
ଗୋଟେ କଥା
ଭାଉଜଙ୍କୁ
ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ, ଅନ୍ୟମାନେ ଯଦି ଆମର ଡିଷ୍ଟ୍ରିବ୍ୟୁଟର ଗ୍ରୁପ ନ ହେଇଥିବେ, ବୁଝିପାରିଲେ,
ହୁଁ
ଆମେ
ହୁଁ ହୁଁ
ଯେତିକି ଡିଷ୍ଟ୍ରିବ୍ୟୁଟର୍ସ ଅଛୁ, ଆମେ ଆମର ଗୋଟେ ପର୍ସନାଲ ଗ୍ରୁପ କରିଦବା ଲେଡିଜ ମାନଙ୍କର, ଆମେ ଯାହା ଥେସିସ ଲେଖା ଲେଖି କଲେ
ହୁଁ ହୁଁ
ଅଲ୍ଟରନେଟ କରିକି କାମ କରିଦବା, କଣ ଅଛି, କାହିଁ କହିଲେ
ବିଲକୁଲ
ସମସ୍ତେ ଆମେ
ବିଲକୁଲ
ପ୍ରାୟ ସୁବିଧା ହବ, ଅଯଥା
ଅଲ୍ଟରନେଟିଭ
କାହିଁ ପଇସା ନଷ୍ଟ କରିବୁ।
ନାଇଁ ନାଇଁ,
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଅଲ୍ଟରନେଟିଭରେ ନାଇଁ ମୁଁ କହିବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଛି ଆମେ କୋଅପରେଟିଭ କରିକି ମାନେ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ନିଶ୍ଚିତ କିଛି ଜଣେ ଜଣଙ୍କୁ ହେଲ୍ପ କରିକି ଭଲରେ ଚାଟ କରିବା, ପ୍ଲସ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଭବିଷ୍ୟତରେ ବି ଆମେ ଟିମ୍ କରିକି ଗୋଟେ କୋଉଠି କଣ କାମ ବି କରିବା, ଯୋଉଟା କି ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟ ଆମର ପ୍ରାକ୍ଟିକାଲ ହେଇପାରିବ।
ବାସ୍
ମିଶିକିରି
ବାସ୍।
ବି
ଆ ଟିକେ
ଗୋଟେ
ମୁହଁ
ଜାଗାରେ
ଦେଖଉନାହାନ୍ତି, କଣ ଗୋଟେ
ନୁହଁ
ଭାଇନାଙ୍କ ଗ୍ରୁପରେ ଟିକେ ମୁହଁ ଦେଖାଅ।
ମୋର ବା ଏଇ ମୋ କ୍ୟାମେରା ଟର୍ନ ହେଇଯାଉଛି, ମୁଁ ତାକୁ ସିଧା କରିପାରୁନି, କେମିତି କରିବି କହିଲେ, ମୋ ମୁହଁ ଦେଖାଯାଉନି।
ମତେ ଦେଖିଲେ?
ହଁ ମୁଁ ତ ଆସୁନି, ମୁଁ ତ ଓଲଟା ଅଛି।
ଓହୋ, ସେପଟ
ଗୁଗୁଲ
ସାଇଟ ଟା
ମିଟ
ହଉନି ନାଇଁ?
ନାଇଁ ନାଇଁ, ମଝିରେ ମଝିରେ ହଉଛି, ମଝିରେ ମଝିରେ ତାର କଣ ହଉଛି ମୁଁ ବି ଜାଣିପାରୁନି, ଏଇଟା ମୁଁ ତ ଏତେ ଅପରେଟ କରିବା ଶିଖିନି। ଆଉ ମୁଁ କେବଳ
ହୁଁ
କ୍ଲାସ ପାଇଁ ହିଁ ଆସୁଛି, ଏଇ ଜମା ବି ହଉନି।
ସେ ଓପଟେ
ଠିକ ଅଛି
ଗୋଟେ
ଯୋଉ କ୍ୟାମେରା ଉପରେ ଟିକେ କ୍ଲିକ୍ କରି ଦଉନାହାନ୍ତି କ୍ୟାମେରା ଉପରେ।
କ୍ୟାମେରା ଉପରେ ଟିକେ କାହିଁକି, ମୁଁ ତ କେତେ କ୍ଲିକ୍ କରୁଛି ଆଉ ସେ ଜମା ଶୁଣିବାକୁ ନାହିଁ ଆଉ।
ବୋଧେ ମାନେ ଟିକେ ହ୍ୟାଙ୍ଗ ଭଳିଆ ହେଇଯାଉଛି।
ଏଇ ମା ମୋର ସୁଇଚ୍ ଅଫ୍ ହେଇଗଲା।
ନାଇଁ ହେଇନି। ଓକେ, ହଉ ମିତାଞ୍ଜଳି ମ୍ୟାଡାମ।
ଆଜ୍ଞା ମ୍ୟାଡାମ ନମସ୍କାର।
ନମସ୍କାର। ଗ୍ରୁପ ଗୋଟେ କରନ୍ତୁ ବଢିଆ ହବ।
ହଁ ନିଶ୍ଚିନ୍ତ, ଆମେ ଏଇଟା ଭବିଷ୍ୟତରେ ବି ଗୋଟେ ଜାଗାରେ ଏମିତି ଗୋଟେ ଜାଗାକୁ ଯାଇକି ଗୋଟେ ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟ ୱାର୍କ ଭଳିଆ କରିବା। ମନେକର ଗୋଟେ ବସ୍ତିକି ଗଲେ କି ଗୋଟେ କଣ କଲେ ଆମେ ଯିବା, ପ୍ଲସ୍ ଆମର ତାଙ୍କୁ ଆଗ ହେଲ୍ଥ ଆୱାରନେସ ବିଷୟରେ ବୁଝେଇ ସାରିଲା ପରେ ଆମେ ତାଙ୍କୁ ପ୍ରପର ନ୍ୟୁଟ୍ରିସନ ର ଆଡଭାଇସ ଦେଲା ସହିତ ଆମେ ଆମର ପ୍ରଡକ୍ଟ ର ବି କିଛି ଇଏ କରିବା। ମନେକର
ବିଲକୁଲ ଦେଇପାରିବେ।
ଆମର ପର୍ପସ ହେଲା ଆମର ପ୍ରଡକ୍ଟ ବି ମୁଭମେଣ୍ଟ କରିବାଟା ଆମର ମାନେ ପର୍ପସ ବିହାଇଣ୍ଡ ଦ ମାନେ ଆମର କାମରେ ଆମର ତ ସେଇଟା
ହଁ
ରହୁଛି। ସେଇଟାକୁ କରିବା ସହିତ ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ ଅର୍ଗାନିକ ୱେରେ ତାଙ୍କୁ ନ୍ୟୁଟ୍ରିସନ ବିଷୟରେ ବୁଝେଇବା। ଆଉ କିଛି ତାଙ୍କୁ ମାନେ ପ୍ରଡକ୍ଟ ର ଆମ ଡେମୋ ଦେଲା ଭଳିଆ, ଯେମିତି ଗୋଟେ କିଡ୍ସ ଡ୍ରିଙ୍କସ ର ଆଡଭର୍ଟାଇଜ କରିଲା ବେଳକୁ କିଡ୍ସ ମାନଙ୍କୁ କୋଉ ଭିଟାମିନ ନ୍ୟୁଟ୍ରିସନ କେତେବେଳେ ଦରକାର, କଣ ଦରକାର, କୋଉ ଷ୍ଟେଜରେ ମାନେ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ କଣ କଣ ଦରକାର, ସେ ସବୁ ବିଷୟରେ କହିଲା ସହିତ ଏ କାମ ବି ହବ ସେ କାମ ବି ହେଇଯାଆନ୍ତା। ଯଦି ଆମେ ମିଶିକି ଗୋଟେ ଟିମ୍ ଭଳିଆ କରିକି କୋଉଠି ଗୋଟେ ପ୍ରେଜେଣ୍ଟେସନ କରିବା ପାଇଁ, ଯେମିତି କହିଲେ ଯୋଉ ଚାର୍ଟ ଫାର୍ଟ ପ୍ରିପେୟାର କରିକି ଇଏ କରିକି ଚେଷ୍ଟା କରିବା କିଛି ଗୋଟେ କଲେକ୍ଟିଭଲି କାମ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ଆଉ।
ଆଜ୍ଞା। ମୋ ନମ୍ବର ଟା ରଖନ୍ତୁ ଟିକେ।
ଆଜ୍ଞା କୁହନ୍ତୁ।
ଆପଣ ଗ୍ରୁପ ଆଡମିନ ହେଇଯାଆନ୍ତୁ। ଯାହା ଆପଣ ତ ସେଠି ମେଜରିଟି ଅଛନ୍ତି ନା, ଆପଣ ଜଲିଅପା ଅଛନ୍ତି। ନା
ହଁ
କି
ଆପଣ ମୋ ନମ୍ବର ଟା କୁହନ୍ତୁ, ମୁଁ କହିଦେବି ସେ ଆଡ କରିଦେବେ କେତେ ନମ୍ବର।
ହଁ ଜଲିଅପାଙ୍କୁ କହିବ ସେ ଆଡମିନ ରହିକି କରିଦେବେ ହେଲା କି।
ଆଜ୍ଞା।
ଲେଖନ୍ତୁ 9853030420
98530420
76
76।
ଆମର
ଗାୟତ୍ରୀ
ସେଲି ବି ଅଛି ଯେ, ନାଇଁ କି ଗାୟତ୍ରୀ ରାଉତ।
ଗାୟତ୍ରୀ ରାଉତ।
ଆଜ୍ଞା।
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ସେଲି ବି ଅଛି ଯେ ଏଥିରେ, କିନ୍ତୁ ସେ କ୍ଲାସ କରିପାରୁନି। ସେଲି କି ଜାଣିଥିବେ ବୋଧେ।
ନା ମୁଁ ଜାଣିନି।
କୌଶଲ୍ୟା ସାହୁ। ଆପଣ ଯଦି
ନା ମୁଁ ଜାଣିନି ସେ
ରଶ୍ମିତା ତାକୁ ବେଶୀ ରଖନ୍ତିନି ଇଏ ତାର କଣ କରିବା, ହଷ୍ଟ କରେନି, ହଷ୍ଟିଂ କରନ୍ତିନି।
ଆଚ୍ଛା।
ମନେ ପଡୁଥିବ ମ,
ମୁଁ
ହଷ୍ଟିଂ
ଜାଣି
କରେ ସିଏ। ବଢିଆ ଭାବରେ ହସିକି ହଷ୍ଟିଂ କରେନି।
ମୁଁ ଜାଣିପାରିବିନି ବୋଧେ, ମାନେ ଦେଖିଲେ ଜାଣିପାରିବି ବଟ୍ ନା ଟା
ହଁ
ଜାଣିପାରୁନି।
କୌଶଲ୍ୟା ସାହୁ ତା ନା, ତାକୁ ସେଲି ଡାକନ୍ତି।
ଆଜ୍ଞା।
ହଉ ମ୍ୟାଡାମ ଏମିତି କମ୍ୟୁନିକେସନରେ ରହିବା ଆଉ। ଓକେ
ଆପଣ କୋଉଠି ରହୁଛନ୍ତି?
ମ୍ୟାଡାମ ମୁଁ ଚଣ୍ଡିଖୋଲରେ ରହୁଛି।
ଓ ଚଣ୍ଡିଖୋଲ, ଆଚ୍ଛା।
ଆଜ୍ଞା।
ଆଚ୍ଛା
ରଶ୍ମିତାର ଗୋଟେ ଡାଇଲଗ, ଟୁଗେଦର ମେକ୍ ଇଟ୍ ହାପେନ୍। ନା କଣ?
ଆଜ୍ଞା। ସମସ୍ତେ ଆମର ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କର ଗୋଟେ ୟୁନିକ୍ ମାନେ ପର୍ପସ ହେଲା ସମସ୍ତେ ହେଲ୍ଦି ଆଣ୍ଡ ହାପି ରହିବା ଦରକାର।
ବିଲକୁଲ
ଆଉ
ହଁ
ୱିଥ ସଫିସିଏଣ୍ଟ ଫାଇନାନ୍ସିଆଲ ବ୍ୟାକଅପ୍।
ହଁ ମ୍ୟାଡାମ, ଯାହା ହଉ ଭଲ ଲାଗିଲା। ଆପଣ ଟିକେ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଆଜି ଟିକେ ଆସିକି ସ୍ୱର ଉତ୍ତୋଳନ କଲେ ବୋଲିକି ମୁଁ ଟିକେ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ବାହାରି ପଡିଲି ଆଉ। ଟିକେ ଇଚ ଅଦର ଜାଣିବା ପାଇଁ ଆଉ। ମୁଁ ଟିକେ
ହଁ
କ୍ଲାସ କରେନି ମ, ମୁଁ ଗୋଟେ ଦିନ କ୍ଲାସ କରେ, ଗୋଟେ ଦିନ ପାରେନି, ପଳାଏ ଇଆଡେ ସିଆଡେ ମିଟିଂ ଫିଟିଂ ରହିଯାଉଛି ନା।
ଆଜ୍ଞା।
ହୁଁ
ହଉ ଠିକ ଅଛି ମ୍ୟାଡାମ, ପୁଣି କଥା ହବା। ହଉ
ଓକେ ମ୍ୟାମ୍,
ରହିଲି
ଓକେ
ରହିଲି
ଥ୍ୟାଙ୍କ ୟୁ, ନାଇସ୍ ଟୁ ଟକ୍ ୱିଥ୍ ୟୁ, ବାଏ।
ବାଏ।